Conspiracy. We won't be hanging out in the, won't be hanging out in the menu for too long. I just gotta make sure I've got everything put together. Hello, I am Boot. Took me a little bit of time to get everything together here. And I knew the sound was too loud. Here we go. Y'all tell me whether or not we have that, lagging problem like we did last time. It says that currently we are looking excellent. Stream currently says that we are playing Twisted Wonderland. No, we're doing beans today. The second half of Chapter 4 doesn't come out until, not until another couple of weeks. Let me just make sure I'm oriented correctly. It's been a morning. I've been kind of busy. It's literally just more beans. And as we can see, I've kind of been hoarding beans this entire week. Kaleem is rich, but not a prince. Apparently, I was under the impression that he was royalty, but apparently he's just part of the aristocracy. That's how things be. It says I have no viewers, but you guys are obviously here, so that's just how life be right now. Gonna check one more thing and then we'll head right into this. I'm going to be reading this entire time because these side stories are not voiced. And that's good because I like reading out loud. Flex those amateur VA chords. Okay. Last question before we head into this. Did I use the correct form of the word dual when titling this, being dual-wielding beans? Because I think I did, but I'm aware that there are more than one, you know how the English language is. Dual, meaning two, as opposed to duel, as in Duel of the Fates. Okay, I'm not going to accidentally press anything with my elbow. Let's go. You're about to spend the following items to unlock this event story. This event story actually came out in 2 parts. I have both parts unlocked, though, because they unlocked it yesterday. Yes, good. Okay, let's go. Correct one. Very good. Okay, a sweat-stained spectacle. Let's go. Back into beans. So, I'm under the distinct impression that this, is happening with characters that Lezlie, the main character, wasn't directly involved with. The woods behind campus. Okay, good. And here we have Beans Floyd. Duel means 2, duel means at dawn, scallywag. Very good. Haha, see, the thing is, I never cared about this stupid golden harp from the jump. Doesn't matter to me which side wins. So how's about we throw the rules out the window and just play until both of us are totally wrecked? I question which one of us is the real monster here. Floyd actually does comment he would rather be on the side that isn't shooting people with beans. Run, monster, run, crazy laugh. I'm not gonna try and imitate that. The day before Beanfest. Random audio, blip. Hey look, it's the head mage's office. Coach Vargas, I'm here about tomorrow's Beanfest team compositions. Here are the assignments for my homeroom class. Thank you, Professor Train. Well, I'll be. There's some real gems in these matchups. Let's have a look-see. Oh-ho, so these boys wound up on separate teams, did they? All the other team assignments had me thinking the farmer team was pretty strongly favored to win. But now all bets are off. My, I can't help but wonder which team will take the prize. The unpredictability is half the fun. Sigh. Here we are making a sweat-stained spectacle out of a time-honored tradition. Some prestigious academy we are. I'm waiting for Miss Rainbow Sprinkles to show up. Miss Rainbow Sprinkles may be in here eventually. It's positively deplorable, all the more so when the faculty is clearly excited about it. Not at all, Professor. Why, that couldn't be further from the truth. Isn't that right, Coach Vargas? Yes, absolutely. I'm simply excited at the prospect of the muscle development that comes from all-out competition. I knew you were a stickler for traditional dress, but now I can see your whole mindset is the same way, Professor Train. I beg your pardon? Old customs are made to be iterated upon and updated to accommodate modern sensibilities. How can we adapt in the future if we let our minds molder in the past? Update, indeed. When was it that our school's Beanfest turned into this mockery of an event? Oh yes, that's right. When it was your tenure as a student here, Professor Cruel. Now that you mention it, it's been, 15 years since Beanfest took on a more competitive format at our school? I will say it's much more manageable nowadays, now that the magic has been banned from the event. I couldn't agree more. What's the point in a physically focused event that leaves you too injured to exercise? Besides, we've got a school full of troublemakers, so you've got to account for that sort of thing. Wahaha! I fail to see the humor. Regardless, I'm not here to wax nostalgic over days gone by. Coach Vargas, here are the assignments for Class 1A. Lezlie ended up on the farmer team. Received, thank you. My goodness. Indeed, this year's competition is shaping up to be even more chaotic than last year's, by virtue of me being here. Wahaha! That's the beauty of Night Raven College. I'm gonna have trouble sleeping tonight, I'll tell you that much. To be continued. And forward we go, because I have lots of beans to spend. We're gonna have to earn a lot of patches for this. Card Soldier Team Spirit. Train. Anywho. Crowley, how does this investigation into sending young Lezlie... How goes the investigation into sending young Lezlie back to their home? It goes non-existently, Professor Train. Coach Vargas is still the best teacher. Queen of Hearts Rule 529. If you eat steak on the night of a full moon, a cat must play the violin afterward. Why? Phew, good thing we had a cat beastman in Heartslabile. See, they have other characters with ears and tails in the other houses, but they only ever put those NPCs in Heartslabile. We very nearly committed an infraction there. It was less playing and more awkward screeching, in my opinion. Well, there's no stipulation in the rules about what song they had to play or how well, so it still counts. Speaking of steak, the cafeteria menu seemed way higher brow than usual tonight. Steak, fried oysters, liver pie, what's the deal there? We've got Beanfest coming up tomorrow. Gotta load up on calories before the big day, right? But those things are all, like, protein-addled, and you need things like pastas and breads for calories. That explains it. And to be sure, I do have a lot of energy after that dinner. I'm ready for some running tomorrow. Did you get on the farmer team with Cater? Yes, that's right. As far as others from my class go, Lezlie and Grimm also got put on the farmer side. Then I guess AC is the odd man out of the posse this time. Yep, sure am. I'm on the monster team. Which is fine by me, really. Chasing is way more my style than getting chased down. You gonna get beaned? Sounds like we're teammates tomorrow, then. You're on the monster team, Trey? Does that mean the house warden is too? Nope, house wardens and vice house wardens always get assigned to separate teams. So House Warden Riddle is on the farmer team. I'll have to really step up my game then. That's some Card Soldier team spirit right there. You gotta be more careful though, Deucey. You wouldn't want to leak any intel to the monsters before the game day. Now come on, we're not even on opposing sides yet. Yeah, yet. It's the guys who act all harmless that you really gotta watch out for. I agree with Cater. Not you too, Riddle. Sheesh. Still, tomorrow we get to go all out against everyone we face, regardless of our class or dorm standing. I'm pretty pumped for that. Oh no, the big bad AC monster's scaring me already. Deucey, Riddle, we gotta get that heart for the farmers. Absolutely, I'm certainly not going to spend the whole day being chased around for nothing. I'm a pretty good runner with plenty of stamina myself. Too bad horsepower alone doesn't cut it. You gotta have brain power to make the right calls in a game like the one we're playing tomorrow. Well, I'll make sure you never capture me, if nothing else. Save it for the game, guys. You don't want to get so worked up you have trouble sleeping tonight. And don't let the whole thing cloud your judgment. I don't want to see anyone getting hurt over a glorified game of tag, understood? Not tag, it's capture the flag. It's different. Okay, Mom. Now, if you're done nagging, we should get a pre-game pick. Here comes the camera again. Hashtag Heartslabile, hashtag Farmers and Monsters, hashtag Today's Friends is Tomorrow's Enemy. Hashtag early to bed, early to rise. And post it. You guys better slam that like button. It's getting late. Don't stay up chatting too much longer, everyone. And remember, anyone who doesn't abide by lights out time will summarily lose their head. Yes, House Warden. That's all. Carbs, carbs, carbs. Gotta cook the dinner, but you'll be listening. Okay, conspiracy. Riddle, that is exactly why Lezlie is going to give us the win. Oh, ho, 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 ho. With what brain, Ace? Exactly. With what brain? Ace, it's not your turn to use the brain cell. Better watch out. Oh boy, here we go. Are we gonna go through literally all of the dorms? I mean, why not? I wanted to get on the monster team this year. Heh, you're as slow as a turtle anyway. You wouldn't be hunting anything but other people's dust on the monster team. Oh yeah? I could show you what a real hunt's like right now. Wanna try me? Well, I'm not imitating that. Yipe! Quit your yapping and go back to your den and get to sleep before I roast you both on a spit. Yes, sir. Good night, House Warden, sir. Is it just me, or is Leona even moodier than usual today? My guess is that he's annoyed that he can't skip out on the big game tomorrow. Beanfest is a PE activity, and PE is a required credit. Leona's been cut in class so much that he's in danger of being held back again this year. Wait, really? Leona's not remotely bad at athletics. Why would he skip out on PE? Look, Jack, just because a guy's good at doing something doesn't mean he likes doing it. But hey, this is a golden opportunity for me to score a week's worth of daily specials at the cafeteria. There's also the fact that unlike the two of us, Leona got stuck on the farmer team. I could only assume that the notion of being prey offends his lion pride. Who knows, he might be stressed out over that. Or not. Yeah, who are you to say how I feel about anything? Whoopsie, heard that, did ya? I'll concede that by the rules of the game, the farmer team is the side that gets chased. But in the original story, it was the monster who wound up getting hunted by the farmers. Better watch out or you'll be beamed right in your muzzle. You bet I'll be watching out. That harp's not going anywhere if I've got anything to say about it. As a Savannah Claw student, I'd never embarrass my dorm in a physical contest with no magic. Just you watch, I'll capture more farmers than anyone else tomorrow. You've got guts to say that to my face. Good luck with that. Just remember that we're not kids getting all excited for a field trip. You should get to bed. Yes, sir, I'll do that now. Look at him all worked up. I'll never understand canines who enjoy chasing their own tails around the yard. Good thing you've got just the monster on your side to make sure our happy wolf friend doesn't catch you. You better do your job if you hope to make good on those cafeteria daydreams of yours. You're the boss, boss. Lezlie, I have a sudden premonition. Why do I think I'm going to be angry at Cater tomorrow? Jack, Ruggy-senpai, you have to help. You have to help me. Lezlie keeps giving me this look my younger siblings used to get me to do their chores. I may or may not have drawn something like that recently. Hurting your grade. Yep, here we go. To the octopus people. So, I want to know if any, like, aquatic people ended up in other houses as well. Also, yes, the animal people are just referred to as beastmen, as they are in literally every other Japanese thing. Now that we've finished counting the till, we should probably call it an early night so we're rested for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Beanfest, the day we've all been waiting for, and there's nothing more essential than sleep for recovering your energy. We were on separate teams last year, and I'm afraid it's no different this year. In my freshman year, I was a farmer who got caught by a monster within minutes of the game commencing, which in turn led to me having to suffer through non-stop strength training with Vargas until the end of the game. I will never forget that humiliation, or the resulting soreness. Surprise me once, shame on you. Surprise me twice, shame on me. And I won't be shamed this year. Trust that I will do my part, and then some as a member of the monster team. While I may be on the other team, I look forward to seeing you in action. Patronize me while you still can. By the way, Floyd's been conspicuously absent. Where is he? I believe you'll find Floyd slumped over a lounge sofa, limp as a butterflied sardine. Ugh. Beanfest is like lame city. Should I ditch? I kinda wanna ditch. Remind me who spent the whole day leading up to it last year talking about how fun it sounded. Your mood swings never cease to amaze me. It's cool for you guys. You get to be on different teams this year. But me, I'm back on the farmer team. Been there, done that, don't want to do it again. I hate being chased around. I want to be on the monster team. That would explain why you've been in such poor spirits all day. I was leaning on my classmates just a teeny tiny bit, you know, asking if they could give up their monster team spot for me, right? And the teacher just about chewed my head off. I don't care if I take a hit to my grade. I'm gonna catch up on some sleep tomorrow in my dorm. Oh dear, and here was I, happy that I got to be on the same team as you this year. I don't see what the big deal is about us getting grouped up. Seeing as I'm on the monster team, your lack of motivation is only beneficial to me. But ditching Beanfest is guaranteed to hurt your grade. Not to mention, I hear Coach Vargas has a mandatory special lesson for people who skip out. Seriously? Aw, man. Vibe officially ruined. I think the smarter play for you would be to show up for morning roll call and then slip out to hide for a while. True. That's sensible enough. Students are free to act as they choose during the game. Lying low and remaining concealed is more a specialty, as biology would have it, so I say embrace your nature. He's going to get stuck taking Coach Vargas' special lesson, isn't he? So it goes with him. Let's leave him to his own devices for now. Maybe he'll change his mind in the morning. This little Ngendo pose. I need to take out Lezlie first. They will be the linchpin for the farmer's victory. Azul looks at folders with numbers and brief excerpts of plans against Lezlie. Option A with Jack is too obvious. Option 1, not A. Thorough preparation. What are we doing over in Scarabia right now? Hi, Miss Rainbow Sprinkles! Today's gonna be a day of a lot of reading, apparently. Hey, Jamil, you're still up? I should ask you the same. If you don't get to bed soon, you'll miss out on a full night's sleep. Yeah, I know, but I'm just so excited for tomorrow that I can't catch a wink. Plus, Something smells nice. Is that lunch for tomorrow? Yes, I came up with a meal fit for eating outdoors and sharing with friends. Nice, Jamil. Now I double can't wait for tomorrow. Remember, I won't be there to serve it to you like usual. Don't forget about it and leave it at the dorm. Oh, right. We were on the same team last year, but I guess this year we've got to be separate, huh? It's been years since we played a serious game of tag with each other. This is gonna be a blast! You're right, it has been a while. I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. Sneaky schemers. And the pom-pom squad. No, yeah, you just missed Octagonal. You just missed him. A pre-bedtime stretch will loosen up your tensed muscles and improve your blood flow. It also stimulates your parasympathetic nerves, ensuring you'll get better quality sleep. You'll be doing a lot of running tomorrow, so get as much rest as you can tonight. Is that clear? Yes, sir! Now let's finish up with some leg stretches. Stay seated on the floor, press the soles of your feet together, and lean forward. Like the butterfly position? Is that what they're doing right now? Ugh. Vil, I can't. My back just won't bend any further. Appel, you only look ridiculous because you're fixating on lowering your spine. Roll your hip joints open and widen your legs. You're asking for an awful lot here. Ow! Dear me, you seem to be struggling, Monsieur Pommet. Worry not. If you incorporate Vil's stretches into your daily routine, you'll limber up in no time. Allow me to demonstrate. Wow, Rook, that's amazing. Your upper body is all the way to the floor. When you have both healthy joints and flexible muscles, you can run as gracefully as a wild goat. Why, Rook, have you been bulking up? Your shoulders and thighs seem to have more muscle mass than usual. Oui, I have. I've spent the past month doing higher intensity training in preparation for Beanfest. Wait, you've been strength training just for one event? This year, I get my wish, to compete with Vil. I would regret it immensely if I was in anything less than the best possible shape. You know, I do recall you saying that the key to any hunt is thorough preparation. That's exactly right. Plus, I'm on the monster team, and you two are on the farmer team. Oh, just imagining the rush of exhilaration I'll feel when I capture you is going to keep me up all night. I suggest you don't count your chickens before they've hatched. You're in for a rude awakening if you think for a moment I'll be an easy mark. Don't come crying to me later if you try to hunt a chicken only to find yourself cornered by a fox. Laughter. Lots of laughter. Yikes, you know what? I'm just gonna try to avoid being anywhere near either of them tomorrow. Oh well, we'll see Floyd later. Yes, he is the SSR. And I've done a little bit of leveling with him, so hopefully I won't have to spend so many resources. I see Bill as a Wii Fit Trainer main. He probably is. Someone once said Azul is secretly a Kirby main. The same deal. Idia's room. Wait, no, I'm looking in the background to see if anything looks familiar. Well, there's the hidden Mickey in the corner down here. Found it! Look at this nerd's room. Finally. It's finally done! Its internal mini-module generates technomatic energy via ambient oscillation to mitigate the firepower reduction caused by rapid-fire shots. It auto-coats every bean loaded into it with a potion to reduce air resistance, enabling a maximum firing distance of 1,800 meters. I call it the Anti-Monster Heavy Technomatic Beam Cannon Supreme! I've outdone myself. Man, I'm a genius. Ew. On second thought, the name's way too clunky. I was totally caught up in the excitement of invention. Let's go for short and sweet. Bean launcher it is. Bam! Ship it. 1 improved grabbing arm, 2 capture rods, 2 bean blasters, 2 bean rifles, 1 bean launcher. Yeah, that should just about cover my bases. I wouldn't want to put in too much high-end gear and ruin the game balance. Guess I should deliver this stuff now. Idia, are you going out somewhere this late? Yeah, I just gotta pop by the school store real quick. Oh, this is for the same deal you struck last year, right? Here, I'll help you carry all that. Thanks. And remember, we've gotta be discreet. Don't want to get spotted by anyone. Right, note to self, this is a sneaking mission. I've never seen Ortho in his dorm uniform before. Or if I did, I don't remember it. He was probably in it when I was selecting a character at the beginning of the game. Sneaky, sneaky. Good evening, Sam. Hey there, my little blue imps. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but the store's closed for the day. What I want is out of stock. Ah, that's impossible, I say. I'm afraid you'll find there is a way. We're all here for Beanfest this day. Perfect. Password accepted. It's been a year since I called you, Mr. Smith, huh? Right, yeah. So anyway, I'm interested in your deal again this year. I brought, a bunch of stuff. Wow, give it up for Mr. Smith. Sounds like we've got a business transaction to negotiate. I know there's no specific rule against making your own equipment for Beanfest, but can you really do that? Yep, picture it. Sweaty sport fest where guys run around non-stop while I tamper with the difficulty and watch from a comfy seat on the sidelines. Is that or is that not Omega hype? Whatever you say, as long as you're voluntarily taking part in the school activity, I guess. I can't wait to see how the competition unfolds tomorrow. Ortho's not competing, though, because he's not technically a student. Ortho is rather cute, yes. One and only chance. We only got one more dorm to go through. Oh, they are gonna show us the Diasomnia dorm. Sob. Oh, woe! Oh, grief! Oh, misery! Why must the face test me so cruelly? Keep it down, Sebek. Plenty of students have already gone to bed. What would you know of the anguish that torments me, Silver? Ahem, what's all the hullabaloo, boys? I'm as lost as you. All I said was that I was on the farmer team, and Sebek prostrated himself on the floor and started sobbing inconsolably. Our lord, the most lofty and noble personage in the entire world, is to be hounded by others, by the sole virtue of random chance! No campus event rules could begin to justify such effrontery. I say we lodge a complaint with the school immediately. Please pretend you didn't hear that, Father. Sebek's just throwing a tantrum because he didn't get on Malleus's team. How dare you! Don't get cocky just because you made it onto the same team as Malleus! I suppose that means it's Malleus and Silver on the farmer team and myself and Sebek on the monster team. Am I not a good enough teammate for you, Sebek? What? Sir, I would never dream of implying that! I am greatly honored to have the privilege of following a warrior as renowned as yourself into battle, of course. But even then, Malleus, well... What is it? It's not like you to stumble over your words. Speak freely. Seniors at Night Raven College spend most of their school year off campus getting outside education. And you're a junior this year. Ergo, this will be the last year you take part in our school's Beanfest event. This is my one and only chance to team up with you. You're supposed to be Malleus's attendant. Who are you to trouble him with your personal desires? I sincerely apologize for stepping out of line. You have nothing to apologize for. I asked you to speak and you obliged. We have precious few chances indeed to turn a blade upon a king in our lifetimes. Consider it training and enjoy it for what it is. Yes, sir! But I swear on my life that I would never turn a blade upon my lord. As for you, Silver, this should make for fine royal guardsman training. Give it your fullest effort. Yes, sir. Nothing will happen to our lord on my watch. Look at you boys, all gung-ho over a simple game of tag. It's so silly, it's almost ridic. Oh, here's Shota Grandpa trying to be hip with the kids. Anyway, just for the record, I plan to go after Malleus quite aggressively. I'll show you why they used to call me the Phantom Commander back in Briar Rally. Then I'll have to be quick on my feet to avoid getting apprehended right at the start. This will be the only year that all four of us can participate together. Let us make the most of it. Yes, sir! Ortho, secretly the most powerful member in Twisted Wonderland. Oh my gosh, he's Frederick. Simps, yes. It is Malleus and his team of simps. Happy hunting! That's all the Diasomnia dorm is. Malleus simps. The next day... Wait, the tiny boy's a grandpa? Yeah, he's old. He's a vampire. He has this line in one of his vignettes where he says that he has been watching over Malleus since he was scraping eggshells off of himself, implying two things. First of all, that what's his name? First of all, that Lilia is very old, which he is, and second, that Malleus did in fact hatch from an egg, and that makes me very amused. Lilia, greetings, fellow kids and tabs. Lilia is actually the oldest? Yes. Lilia is actually the oldest. And when, Silver was talking to his father, he was actually talking to Lilia. Also, I think that Lilia makes a lot of references to the three good fairies from Sleeping Beauty, that's the one. I kept wanting to say Snow White. The same way that Silver is, like, narcoleptic and is best friends with all the animals and grew up in the woods, like Sleeping Beauty, Lilia has a lot in common with the three good fairies, including the fact that he can't cook to save his life. Okay, let's get back to this. I just like commenting on the things that I find off stream. Welcome, Bean Sprouts, it's that time of year again, Beanfest! I hope you all ate a balanced breakfast and chugged a raw egg or two, because you're gonna need some serious energy to last through the day. I want to be out because of salmonella poisoning. I took your advice, Coast Vargage, and now I feel sick. I'll go over the rules for all our freshmen. Pay close attention and don't let any magnificent musculature distract you too much. Leslie's looking at Jack across the field. What was that? Kaleem, you did bring your lunch, right? It comes with written instructions on how to put it together. I did. Thanks, Jamil. I know we're on different teams this year, but let's make this game a good one. A good one, yes. Right. At long last, today's the day. Oh, how my spirit soars. Just remember, the higher you fly, the clearer a shot I'll have at beating you. By the by, Vil, I note you're not wearing any fragrance today. I thought you made a point of claiming that fragrance was every bit as essential to one's presentation as their manner of dress. It's also essential to know when to forego wearing it altogether. Besides, I've been told that there will be monsters afoot with a keen sense of smell. I can't speak French, as ever your genius brings a smile to my face. I simply answer earnestness in kind. Tired. I see you decided to show up after all, Floyd. Yeah, I don't want to deal with extra lessons from Coach Lobster. I can show for the start, at least. Once the game kicks off, I'll just find a tree to nap in. Until Jack knocks you out of it. And here I was hoping to play together like we did when we were children. Not in the mood. Alright, it's a shame, but I suppose there's no arguing with your mercurial nature. Mercurial, like mercury, like malleable and liquid flowing, I assume. I'll be passing out field maps to each of you with supply points marked on them. Each farmer gets 10 beans and each monster gets boots that boost your running speed. Once you have your starting kit, head to your designated starting position. The game begins at 9 a.m. sharp. Happy hunting, kids! And here I thought Silver was Philip. Silver could be a lot of things put together, but he does seem to have some form of a sleep disorder. And apparently he gets along with forest critters. Oh, okay, so they're gonna give me Jamil and Vil right now, huh? 怪物チームになったから遠慮なく狩らせて悪く思わないでくれよ That's okay, I'll just shoot you with the bean launcher. Wait, I don't have one, because Grim was using it. Yes, very nice. Now, Neil. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, so let's see here. We want... fire and water, which means we need plant and water. Which, of course, they give me Vil as our, basis. I have too many friends on my friends list that have this SSR Reggie card. This person used to have SSR Kaleem as their, assist card. And I'm upset that they changed it. Okay, so what are we looking for? Fire and water, so we want, remember, water and plant, water and plant, water and plant. Well, the good news is Jack has water and plant. This Jack also has water and plant. They both get a Ruggy boost. Gosh, this is practically the dream team right here, actually, as it were. Wait a second. What does Beans Floyd have? We could have used Beans Rook, but I don't want to. So yeah, we're going with our Savannah Claw team. The dream team, here we go. They really do Scarabia dirty in this game. Jamil, nothing personal, kid. Lezlie, no, shoots first. Lezlie shot first. It was bound to happen to one house, yeah. At the Coliseum. This is my starting point, right in sight of the Coliseum where the magic harp lies. But going in alone without any equipment is hardly much of a plan. There's also safety in numbers in the event of a pincer maneuver or a surprise attack. Okay, so he's talking in his head, so that means that I've got to kind of cover my mouth so that you can't clearly hear what it is I'm saying. Thus, my first priority will be to get a few teammates to join me. Oh, lucky us. We're starting right in spitting distance of the Coliseum. Wow, you're right. We could probably grab the harp early if we make a beeline for it right out of the gate. Good call. Let's show them the Savannah run we've been working on at our morning spell drive practice. Don't, unless you want to be eliminated within seconds of the start signal. Huh? You're farmers, are you not? If I were a monster, the first thing I would do is secure the Colosseum's defenses and ensure the Magikarp stays safe and sound. This is an asymmetrical game. The farmer team is intentionally designed to outnumber the monster team. If you really want to seize the initiative, your first step should be forming a group. Ha, you just want to buddy up with us for extra protection. Figures. Pomifeur's full of wimps who couldn't handle themselves in a real physical contest. Well, they didn't come in last in the spell drive competition, so I suppose they're not that bad. Also, they've got a pal. Even a fancy schmancy house warden wouldn't last 5 seconds if he got surrounded by monsters. Why don't you find a tree to cower behind and stay here, your majesty? For goodness sakes, your handler is utterly incompetent. The least he could do is train you puppies not to bark without good reason. What? If you're this lacking in basic manners, then I'll give you a Pomifeur lesson in how to lie down. You are in the presence of royalty. Now kneel. Your name isn't Loki, I refuse to kneel. Aries Ram, hi! Well, speaking of their dorm leader, oh, did I just say lol out loud? Gosh, that's awful. Okay, who's gonna do the most damage? You're gonna do the most damage, and then I will hit him again with water. It won't matter. Bye-bye. This is basically my Omni exam team. Vil the Sass. I love how most of your team consists of Jack. I have every single Jack card. This is basically my Omni exam team. Only, replace one of them with, Lab Coat Jack instead. Yay, supply crates, which are good for something, apparently. Earn a total of 20 farmer patches. You're gonna make me do this again? Oh, wait. Okay. Can't I just use the same team that I had before? We're gonna do the same thing. They should totally, Actually, let's take a chance here. It's not like we really need all of that. It's not like we really need to be this overpowered. I love the eye roll in his growl. He's my favorite in Savannah Claw Dorm. He's my favorite character in the entire game. Who is this guy supposed to be over here? Anyway, unfortunately, looks like we're not getting my, special fancy attack, so go get him, boys. So I assume this guy's also supposed to be some sort of a wild dog. Overpowered cards for the win! Who's this guy supposed to be over here, by the way? I don't recognize what kind of tail he's supposed to have. The Monster Hunt is released. Yes, next, let's go. Okay, so we'll be going up against, basically exclusively people using plant attacks. So that means we want people who can use fire attacks. It really doesn't matter. This person has SSR, Floyd. Not that I think I'm actually gonna use him, but his groovification, illustration is kind of epic. Okay, so what team do I use? Okay, so we definitely want you, we definitely want you, we definitely want... Yeah, we basically want every single Jack card available. Because why not at this point? Kaleem is so sweet. Kaleem is amazing. And I can't wait for the second part of Chapter 4 to come out. Behold the power of gotchas. A jackal, maybe? His tail didn't look like a jackal's, though. It looked more like a kangaroo rat or something like that. His SSR dorm card is so pretty. For Kaleem, it is. And I'm really sad that the person who's on my friends list switched that out. Also, I just found out who Jack's supposed to be. The big bad wolf, maybe? I thought he was supposed to be like one of the wolves from the Jungle Book or something like that, but someone suggested he might just supposed to be Big Bad Wolf character, which I guess works. I'm trying to get all the Jade and Floyd cards, especially Jade. He's not from the Lion King, he's from the Jungle Book. He's supposed to be Aquila, the leader of the wolf pack, right? He might be. I want, I need to get more Floyd cards. I have, like, all Jade cards except for his dorm uniform. Same with, Azul, so I need to get both SR cards for Floyd. Clearly your bark is far worse than your bite. Dude, he's got some serious moves. He's like half our size, but he hits like a freight train. I'll have you know my personal trainer is a former kickboxing world champion. Sorry for disrespecting you. It would be our honor to be part of your group today. Chihuahuas would make better guard dogs than the two of you. But since you've demonstrated that you can be trained, come along now. You're the boss! Big Bad Wolf sounds right, until you remember Disney has no Red Riding Hood anything. They don't, but they do have the Three Little Pigs. The Big Bad Wolf is a rather generic guy, you know. That's the start signal. Alright, listen up. The key to Beanfest is staying on the offensive. After all, the best defense is a good offense. As with aesthetics and fashion, you lose the moment you back down. Remember that. Ooh. I say we start by setting up an ambush at the monster team supply point. That way we can pick off the monsters before they can equip themselves. You got it, boss man. And don't call me boss man. Pick your battles. There it is, boss man, a monster team supply crate. I hope you get them in your next roll. Ah, I really should keep on keeping on with those. I have to go into the standard showcase to try and get more of those dorm uniforms, but I'm still keeping most of my gems saved up for events, unfortunately. How quickly you people forget the most basic etiquette. I distinctly expressed my distaste for boss man. If you must address me, try sir. Moving on, it looks like nobody's gotten to this crate yet. Let's conceal ourselves at a discreet distance and wait. And this is the part where Jack shows up. Ah, here we are. That was quick. Yep. Map says there's a monster team supply crate somewhere around here. Jack, he's got an even better sense of smell than Rook. I'm not sure I can get behind him before he notices me. Gah, I smell fresh beans. I know you're there, farmers. Get out here and face me. I have to hand it to you. Your sense of smell never fails to impress. Okay, wise guy. I mean, hello, Vil? You went on a supply run alone, without your pack for support? Are you brave or merely foolhardy? Come, my compatriots. Let the monster hunt begin. Yes, sir. I'd better bail. He's a serious contender in this game. We should finish him off before he can arm himself with any weapons. After him. Yes, sir. And then my comically mostly Jack team. I'm sorry about this, boy. Okay, that was funny. That was incredibly humorous. And if anything, I'll give Twisted Wonderland, they had their characters be referencing something Disney did. There he is, Claude, the CEO of R. You know I'm going to stop right there. Jack, you don't get it. My own master now plays. I'm not the one trapped. Okay, so where's our most comically high-powered cards? Probably these two. I'm sorry, Jack. Oof, one turn. As we can see, I actually saved up a bunch of draws so that I could get Ruggy's birthday SSR card. And there are no regrets about that whatsoever. Blue supplies, oh boy. One must never rush. Since when is Jack a quadruplet? If you don't mind sticking around. I don't know how long you're gonna be sticking around for. If you want access to my entirely overpowered SSR Jack card, you are free to use him. How can someone so big be so nimble? Just let me bean you already, for crying out loud. In your dreams, buddy. Ah! He's also on the track team, so good luck catching up with him. Jeez, he's fast. I can't keep up. Don't let him draw you any further out. Sorry, sir, we lost him. It's fine. I must admit that it's much harder than I was expecting to accurately hit a moving target when slinging beans by hand. According to the map, there should be a farmer's supply point not too far from here. If we want to have a smoother time dispatching monsters, we should arm ourselves at a supply crate. Yes. Good to know you're sticking around. Aha, that must be the farmer crate. They are draped in the orange cloth. Change! Change, fashion man! Let's see, a magic camo jacket, a bean blaster, and several bean bags. Yes, this is a passable selection. Sir, we'll stand watch for you. Please go ahead and put it all on. Why, that's very considerate of you. How can I turn down an offer like that? It's gotta be off the shoulder because frickin' fashion and all that other stuff. Bill's farmer patch keeps disappearing. Oh, does it? The Beans Camo Collection, a bold modern camouflage design based on a traditional motif. It draws inspiration from the farmers who slew the monsters plaguing Happy Valley, bringing peace back to their despoiled land. Its centerpiece is a vibrant combat jacket that leaves a powerful visual impression. A waist belt gives the comically baggy fit a certain chic flair, while the useful minimalist black has an accent color on the pants and accessories pull the look together. And the coup de grace, an updo offset by a classic beret, effortless by all appearances, yet meticulously styled to perfection. Whoa, amazing. Nobody knows beauty like the House Warden of Palmefieur. I barely understood most of that, but I can tell this is a big deal. Then at least internalize this. Accessorize oversized outerwear with a small handbag. That's all you need to evoke this season's fashion trends. That's a styling tip you can use yourself starting today. I expect you to memorize it. Yes, sir. Thank you for the tip, sir. Right, because wearing oversized clothes is something anybody but Ruggy in the Savannah Claw dorm does. We'll pass it on to our house warden. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. He won't. Leona really won't. Leave it to Vil to spare no effort in pursuit of pulchritude, even during this game. I must say, though, he certainly wasted no time securing both equipment and allies. Were I to challenge him now, I would undoubtedly go from predator to prey. One must never rush when hunting dangerous game. I should see about securing some equipment and allies of my own. Vil not having the sleeves on his shoulder bothers me. It'd probably be horrifically uncomfortable. For all this talk about strategy and practicality, he's kinda like, no, I have to look nice. I don't care if it would be awkward to move like this. At least make it symmetrical. When was this fashion week, boy? It's just a weird little thing of mine, but it still bothers me. It's always fashion for Vil. That it is. I'm not precisely fashion forward. I mean, I guess I can be when I take the time, but you've really got to motivate me to take the time. No promises. Ooh, the subtropical zone. Looks like the supply crate's untouched. I suppose it has yet to be visited by any adventurers. Ooh, a magic camo jacket! And a communicator? And this looks like a racket that deflects beans. Oh, this is quite the handy haul. I think I'll take it all. RPG character design in a nutshell, yes. What if the jacket doesn't work on his shoulder because he doesn't have it on? Wait, what? Like, sir, pull your friggin' sleeve up. Yes, this is Lezlie, the fashion police. I can only hope I can do Ville's fashion tips justice. Oh my gosh, I'm slipping into a very specific character for Rook. I just realized that. Now, if my read is right, he should be showing up any minute now. Who be he? There he is. I'd know that gait and breathing pattern anywhere. Bonjour! I don't know how to say this thing in French. Comment allez-vous? How are you? Whoa! It's Trey. Oh, it's just you, Rook. You nearly scared the pants off of me. Ooh la la, pardonnez-moi. I wasn't trying to, I assure you. Sure you weren't. Come on, we both know better than that, and that smirk on your face certainly isn't helping your case. Rook might be a hunter, but he has no poker face. Heh, you have me dead to rights, for you see, I've been waiting for you. How did you even know I'd be coming? Well, you see... Ever aware of your position as Vice House Warden of Hartslebule, you strive to achieve exceptional marks in any situation that could reflect upon your dorm or its House Warden. Riddle. More so in exams or extracurriculars, any occasion with discernible outcomes for all dorms involved. But you don't like drawing attention to yourself. You are not a proactive man when it comes to events such as the one we find ourselves embroiled in today. Yet I imagined you would regard an early elimination as a blemish on the Hartslebule name. And indeed, the Trey Clover I know wouldn't go out of his way to seek out and nab farmers for a chance in the spotlight. You weren't likely to take an aggressive stance, therefore... You would hunker down in territory familiar to you, behind natural fortifications, and wait out the enemies for a spell. Then, once a sufficient amount of time passed, you would go on the move. That's where the Botanical Garden comes into play. It's full of obstacles that block the line of sight, and you're more familiar with it than most, given your affiliation with the Science Club. Hence, if I wanted to encounter you, I was much more likely to do so by waiting here than by wandering the fields at random. And there you have it, my reasoning as someone who's been in the Science Club with you since enrolling. How far from the mark was I? Boy, that was a mouthful and a half. I wasn't expecting a full lecture. You really are observant. That's kind of scary. Those words are music to my ears, my friend. So why go to all this trouble to search for me? I thought we might enjoy the game together, as fellow Vice House Wardens. I'm flattered you'd offer, but... You just said I'm not the proactive type. And you're absolutely right. All I care about is surviving long enough that the House Warden and my upperclassmen won't give me a hard time. Trey, have you ever thought about why it is that House Wardens and Vice House Wardens are placed on separate teams in the contest? To avoid a power imbalance, I assume. But in this game, all magic is forbidden, no? A House Warden is not necessarily more physically adept than his Vice House Warden. That's a good point, actually. What is it that tips the scale so heavily in one direction or the other, then? Oh, I think I get it. This is the third Beanfest game I've played in. But in the past 2 games, the people who made it all the way to the end were always in groups of at least 3, if I recall correctly. You strike right to the heart of the matter. Brilliant deduction, Trey. What is it that the teams need to preserve? Why, leadership. That is an asset that can only be honed through personal experience. There are no shortcuts or substitutes for it. Okay, sure, I'll grant that more people means more options for formation-based tactics, but banding together with random people you happen to meet doesn't exactly make for great teamwork. Which is why they keep on losing the Spell Drive tournaments to Royal Sword Academy every single year, apparently. Especially considering how uncooperative most of the student body is. Ah, but Vil has already leveraged his strength to enlist the aid of Savannah Claw. Huh. Leave it to Vil to casually assert authority over another dorm's students and have them accept it enthusiastically. Indeed, truly he does the seat of Pomifure House Warden justice like no other. I presume Vil will seek to recruit more allies to his side. If I am to challenge that fair, deadly beast, I must gather assets of my own. I need cooperation from someone whose leadership abilities rival that of House Wardens themselves. So please, my friend, would you be willing to lend me your aid? Okay, fine, I'll go with you. Sheesh. But no promises that I'll actually be useful. Merci beaucoup. I am most grateful to have your friendship. Me who still can't speak French? Rook actually looks way better like this. I agree. I think Rook looks better with like a ball cap and his hair tied back. And you can kind of sort of see his eyebrows so it doesn't look like he doesn't have any. A hot mess, that's what Rook's hair is. Rook, I can read your muscles. Eyes in speech, eyes in speech, eyes in speech. Oh no. No fun. No randos should bother me if I catch some Z's in the branches around here. Hup! No, until Jack comes and kicks you out of that tree. Stupid Octavino Jr. I ran into on the way here, though. Wow, you should be helping your upperclassmen out. I'm super lame and whiny. Why should I carry a bunch of wimps to the games for free? What is this, community service? Guy was going on about giving me his beam blaster in return, but I don't even want the dumb thing. I gave him my best death glare. And he just shoved it in my hands like, you can have it anyway, forget I said anything. Then he booked it. Boink, boink. What a goofy sound. This thing's like a toy for babies. Jade seemed pretty happy yesterday about getting to play tag with Azul. Wonder where he's at now. Azul's been prepping for this for ages so he can boost his PE grade. I asked him what he was up to once and he was like, I'm not disclosing my plans when there's a non-zero chance you could be my enemy. I mean, with a no magic rule in place, Jade and I could squeeze most of the people in this game if we teamed up, right? It's no fun when there's no challenge. Oh hey, it's Krabby and Gator. Oh, that makes a lot of the fan art I've seen make more sense. Sebek's the alligator, huh? Let's see, according to the map, there are multiple farmer supply crates in the woods near Ramshackle Dorm. But we're on the monster team. Why would we venture out to enemy supply crates? You gotta play it smart and tag Sebek. You can't just run hard and call it good. The supply crates might as well be bait to lure our targets. You get where I'm going with this. Ah, you speak of setting up an ambush. Now you're getting it. The start of the game is when farmers are most likely to be seeking out equipment. Then the sooner we act, the better. To action! Shh, not so loud, jeez. Remember, we're supposed to get the jump on the enemy. You gotta play it quiet-like. Be stealthy. Sebek knows nothing about stealth. An ambush, huh? Not the worst play, but the farmers outnumber the monsters by a lot. They could easily get surrounded. Krabby's a quick thinker. Too bad his follow-through always falls flat. Same story in the basketball club. Now someone else is coming. It's Sea Otter, and it looks like he's carrying some ginormous bundle on his back. Oh, this lunch kit Jamil packed for me sure is heavy. I can smell the meat and spices all the way up here. Is that whole thing full of food? The weather's nice. If I want to set this up to eat with a group, it's gotta be the Commons. Then again, I can't rule out the courtyard. But if I want a place to really relax, maybe the botanical gardens would be better. It's warm in there year-round. The vibe would certainly be closer to the scalding sands than I get anywhere outdoors at this time of year. Alright, lunch at the botanical gardens it is. Is he totally forgetting farmers are supposed to get the harp? Well, whatever. Not like I'm in a position to harp on anyone. Heh. Laughing at your own jokes, Floyd. There's still some time before lunch. I better get more pawns in the meantime. Oh, hey, what up, Sea Snake? Floyd! Where? Up above? Floyd hanging out in trees. Trey is like, I don't want to, but I guess I will. Floyd here is so funny. Floyd is fairly entertaining. He's, like, terrifying, but funny at the same time. Be careful not to provoke. Ace has a Krabby and Sebek has a crocodile. I love how he is so generous. Kaleem doesn't belong here. He's too nice for this school. Alright. Get this off of my wrist. Oh hey, what up, Sea Snake? Floyd! We're up above? Yep, right here in the trees. Oh no, he caught me completely off guard. I know he's on the farmer team. What off luck, running into such major opposition this early on in the game. Losing to a house warden or vice house warden would be one thing, but it's far too early to get eliminated by a regular student. How could you call Floyd a regular student? This is going to be an embarrassment to Scarabia. How do I get out of this? So, Sea Snake, want a bean blaster? Wait, what? I just ain't feeling it. I want to take a nap and I'm not using this, so you can have it. I'm a monster, but he's giving me a piece of farmer equipment? What's going on here? Ha! I see now! I'm betting he can't see my patch from where he is. I should be careful not to do anything to provoke him. I'm good, thanks. If I took that off your hands and you ended up in trouble later because of it, I'd be the one taking the blame. You're a real smooth liar, Sea Snake. I saw Sea Otter pass by just a few minutes ago and he was wearing a farmer patch. You're the Vice House Warden, so you've got to be a monster, right? That makes us enemies. So, you were onto me. It's not nice to toy with your prey, you know. You could have just beamed me with that blaster and spared us this entire song and dance. What, do you want to get eliminated? Look, I told you I ain't feeling it. Huh? You're chasing after Sea Otter, right? He headed for the botanical garden. What's your angle? What do you get out of leaking intel to your enemy? I couldn't care less who's friend or foe. I said I wanted a nap and I'm gonna take one. So how's about you get lost and we call it good? I still feel like I'm missing something, but I should probably get out of here before he changes his mind. If he did change his mind and come after me, I wouldn't stand a chance against him unarmed. Alright, I'll take that tip for what it is and leave you to your nap. Great, later. Finally, some peace and quiet. My beloved Kaleem says I am Boot. You could say Floyd is the least terrifying of the Octa Trio simply because you at least know he's coming. Azul and Jade will just scheme and suddenly you're in their clutches. It doesn't mean Floyd isn't menacing as hell though. Yeah, Floyd seems like the character that I am most likely... He seems like the character you can most likely be friends with. Not me specifically. I don't know if I could actually get along with him in reality. But, like, he can be, like, just chill enough that if you can get a pulse on his mood swings, you don't have to worry about him bothering you. Whereas, there's always something up with Azul and Jade. Floyd, I'll try to make this clear. Leave me alone or eliminate me. I'm sleeping. Floyd looks like he can end your existence just by his sadistic look. Maybe he could. Jade and Floyd are agents of chaos, and Jade is the enabler. Earn a total of 35 farmer patches, which means I've got to do at least 2 of these. We'll beat up on the losers. And it doesn't matter who we pick. Because we're gonna end this in 2 terms anyway. Yes, yes I do. What's with his tail? What's with that guy's tail? What kind of animal is he supposed to be? Also, I'm a little bit upset because I spent a really long time looking at these little sprites and being like, wait a second, where the heck is Ruggy's tail? But if you look at his model in the game on the big screen and, like, orient it correctly, you can see that it's in, like, all of his, it's in all of his 2D models for the rest of the game. So I'm like, so you can see it the entire time, but they didn't put it on any of his little animation sprites. And I'll use Lab Coat Jack. Lab Coat Jack is my heal tank. I really love him. Whoops. Not that it matters. What's his tail? What is this guy? And Floyd is the chaos. In their duo, Floyd is like, let's get them, Jade, and Jade is like, as long as you're happy, Floyd. Yes, as long as you're happy. That's exactly what their dynamic is like, though. Okay. I'm using completely the wrong team for this, but, because I just completely forgot that I would need to completely retool my team in order to make this work. Not that it matters. Meerkat or boar? I don't think so, though. I don't think so, though. Because we've seen a meerkat in the Spell Drive Twist tunes, so there's at least one of those. Ruggy Tux. Yeah, that's what I assumed. He gets a lot of his uniforms. They're hand-me-downs from Leona, so they're too big for him. And his tail is small enough that it probably wouldn't get it in the way if he just tucked it into his pants. Okay, we're gonna go back to beating up on Jack just because I don't want to have to retool my entire team again. It's annoying to have to do that. Well, Warthog in this case. I once saw a meme with the Zool, Jade, and Floyd and could definitely see it happening. Yes. I'm sorry, Jax. But this has gotta happen. Fire, 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 fire. You guys. There it is. That's all that happens. Floyd, you think I could fit 15 marshmallows in my mouth? Azul, you're a menace to society. Jade, and a coward, do 20! Yes! Yes! Why does the bean output have to be so small? Stop making me do this over and over again, game. Go. Go. Go! Pharyngeal jaws. Okay, so I'm going to type out how you spell pharyngeal for you so that you never misspell it again. I am Boot. So yes, I do think that Floyd could probably fit 20 marshmallows in his mouth. Uh-huh. We've only got... Okay. Heal tank! Go! You're welcome, I am Boot. Pharyngeal, like the pharynx. Ooh, yes. I would really like to have Floyd's Storm uniform. No buffering hell, yay! I could actually see that happening between these two, and somebody drew it. 20 jumbo campfire marshmallows. Okay, let's keep going. Time to follow through. Okay, so we want water and... Anybody in here have water and fire? No? It doesn't matter. I just throw Ruggy in here whenever I get the chance because we can activate his, Where is he? Where's that very specific card? There it is. Okay, so we want fire and water. So we're gonna keep Jack in here. Fire and water. We can keep Azul in here. We got more Ruggy cards, and... Wait a sec. Here, fire and plant, okay. It doesn't really matter who else I throw in here. Heal tank! Heal tank! Because fire is fire and fire is fire. Fire! No, I mean you are in buffering hell. You were saying, no! Buffering hell! No, I'm sorry about that, computer hates me. I mean, I'd love to have Dorm Tweels simply because Floyd is your second favorite and Jade is your third/fourth favorite. I'm not sure if you like Ace or Jade more. I have just... At this point, I'm just holding a, an an obligatory grudge against Ace, so I would say Jade. We should be far enough now, right? Can we take a quick breather, Heartsward and Rose Hearts? You really do run fast. Thank you. When it comes to running speed and stamina, I'm right in my element. But Ace was correct about what he said yesterday. I can't skate on horsepower alone in this game. I need to use my head to get through this. I've used up all my beans, so I've got to think. At least Ace got knocked out of the game a few minutes ago. When we had that run-in with the monster team, Azul said he'd let us go. But I have a hard time taking that at face value. We'd better get equipment and allies while we still can. I assume that he's referring to what happened in Azul's Beans vignette, which Miss Rainbow Sprinkles had mentioned last time. That's the only card that I didn't end up getting because I have an SSR Azul card, so I don't really need the Bean one. You know, I was with Cater and Lezlie back at the start of the game. I ended up letting them use me as bait, but still. Hey, Cater used you as bait. I did not do that. I did not do that, Deuce. If we retrace my route, maybe we can join up with them. Something's coming. On your feet, Deuce. Uh-oh. Something is best boy. Found you. Jack? Grabbing arm activate. You're finished now, Riddle. I don't think so! Self-sacrificing. Ka-ching! Got you! Wait, what? You covered me again, Deuce? Fire team, Deuce, eliminated. He did the same thing when Azul was coming after me. Why? It was you who helped me first, House Warden. As a card soldier, I'm not about to let my dorm boss get eliminated. Now get going. Cater's group should be headed for the Botanical Garden. Why? Were you here when... No, you wouldn't know that they were going to the Botanical Garden. Alright, I'll make your loss count for something. Well, we meet again, Riddle. A pincer maneuver? Your timing is more than a little suspect. You've been in league with Jack this whole time, haven't you? You never intended to let us go from the start. Please, I just happen to be in the same direction as you. I happen to be going in the same direction as you. I believe I told you I'd be happy to give you a fair fight if we crossed paths again. And now we have. It's time to follow through. I think I'm finished. Boink, boink, boink. What? Bean fire from behind? You dodged a surprise beam blaster attack, huh? I have to hand it to you, Jack. What are you doing here? I've got your back, Riddle. Appel? I commend your bravery for rushing to someone else's aid alone. But you'll find that we're far better equipped than you. All you've done is give us another soft target. Are you certain about that? What? Oh, and there he is. The fashion mob. Vil, how did you get in so close without me noticing? Clearly, chasing that rabbit gave you a bad case of tunnel vision. Allow me to demonstrate which of us actually walked into a trap. Tanjiro and Riddle have the same Japanese voice actor. They do. Riddle and Deuce have a run-in with Azul, and he lets them go for now because Riddle unintentionally helped Azul get the field scanner. Deuce, get down, Mr. President! Yes. But he didn't. He just sent Jack after him. Jack, give me the patch. Because he said himself specifically and not Jack. And now for the song from the hit motion picture, The Bodyguard. Mariah Carey's Always Love You plays. Still streaming. Yay! Yes, we're still here. Hi, Appel. Did Phil just John Cena Azul? Maybe. There was a part when Vil, Appel, and someone else popped on screen and I shouted, "Oh no!" Okay, so I think the obvious route here is to just smack as hard as possible and not give a darn. Go, Ruggy, go. They really should have given him a tail animation, though. And then we hit Jack with Jack, and we're done here. Yellow supplies. Tag on a massive scale. The power of Jacks and a Ruggy. No, we had 3... Yeah, I think we had 3 Jacks and 2 Ruggies, so... I could do an all-Jack team, though. Floyd really shines in this event. I hope so. He better be dual-wielding. Whoa, he almost got me. I was this close to grabbing him. Ugh, Jack's grabbing arm is dangerous enough, but this net is just as much of a problem. Never let yourself get too close. Get more distance from the enemy. We have the numeric advantage. Jack, I suggest we beat a tactical retreat. We've almost got them and you want us to turn tail and run? Why? Monster team members shouldn't stay in one place for too long. Monsters are intended to have the advantage one-on-one, it's true. But the farmers outnumber us. If they surround us, we're finished. I don't like the way Vil said more distance. It's almost as if he's trying to lure us somewhere. He could very well be bluffing, but we've had 2 instances of unexpected interferences already. I say we play it safe. Knowing when to attack is far less important than knowing when to retreat. You do want to win, don't you, Jack? Fine, whatever. And he does the most Floyd thing possible. Yes. Scatter! We did it! The monster team's running! I knew he'd think twice. It was purely a bluff on my part, but luckily for me, Azul is a cautious man by nature. Yet the fact that it was a bluff was largely apparent to him regardless. My acting, convincing as it is, didn't work on him. I suppose his wariness can also be to our disadvantage. You rescued me from a tight spot there. Appel, Vil, thank you both for coming to my aid. Don't bother thanking me. We should get moving. They might just be pretending to retreat so they can come back with more monsters. Alright. I've been informed that Cater and Leslie's farmer team is heading for the botanical garden. What would you say to joining up with them? Certainly. Why not? I had no shortage of allies myself until just a short while ago. Sadly, I was forced to say goodbye to them. Let us build our forces while we can. And I'm sure that is also featured in a vignette, yes? With you on board, I can probably recruit Heartslabule farmers without having to resort to any forcible persuasion. I'd pick a fight with Vil. I'd do a lot to try and punch him in the face, not gonna lie. To the botanical garden, then. You know, I noted back there that Azul was clad head to toe in rare gear. Back when I was a sophomore, there was one time he questioned me about Beanfest to an unusual degree. I can see now he was gathering intel on supplies and the way previous games played out. I got curious and asked him about that just a short while ago, actually. The planning he outlined to me was well beyond simple proactive measures. It was closer to an obsession. The man gets obsessed very quickly. Between that and the way Rook was acting yesterday, it's kind of scary how seriously the monster team is taking this. You think so? Personally, I think it would be much more unflattering to wing it with this interest. That, and we'll likely never get a chance to play a game of tag on such a massive scale again once we age into adulthood. I say we seize this transient, chaotic day. Make yourself scarce, yes. Vil, now let us see this Leslie's skill. This Lezlie has no skill. Punchable face, yes. When Azul does something, he puts 150% into it. Yes, we just need to get Idia to get him to play Dungeons and Dragons. I can't wait to see Azul try and learn how to rig roll a 20-sided dice. That would be glorious. Where are you? There you are. Keep it going. This Lezlie is a distraction at best, to be honest. Okay, so 2 Jacks, 2 Ruggies, and 1 Azul card. 3 SSR cards on the field, though. I'm kind of impressed with myself. Because that's how things be. I don't have Malleus with me, so we'll use... let's smack him hard. Why not? Oh, you'd have a hell of a time trying to do that. It would be funny, though. It took him a week to rig a 6-sided dice. It reminds me of, Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit. There are definitely techniques to win, to rig roll dice. I want the dorm uniforms for all of Octavianel and all of, Savannah Claw, to be honest. Savannah Claw because that's my house, and, how many do we need here? 45 patches, so one more. And Octavianel because I just really like their uniform. It speaks to me on an aesthetic level. I assume it was a normal dice, he just threw it a certain way. Yep. Azul, what? This is BS! I rigged my dice to not get natural 1! Idiot, I know, that's why I swapped your dice, dude. Whoa. Yeah, he was like, okay, so if I put this much force behind it, and do this kind of a spin on it, on this table specifically, I can get exactly this result. Go get him, Ruggy. And go get him again, because why not? Although, what was I gonna say in that regard? I guess it's kind of like bowling like that. If you get exactly a feel for how much speed, spin, and posture to put into the ball, you can get a, you can get strikes really consistently. And heal tank. Heal tank. I love a heal tank. So far, the SSRs you have are Jade and Floyd Dorm, Trey Dorm, Ace Dorm, Riddle Dorm, Kaleem Dorm, and Beans Floyd. Oh, nice. I only have 4 SSR cards, I think. No, I only have 3. I've got my SSR Jack that I got at the beginning. I got Birthday Azul and Birthday Ruggy. Oh, wait, no, I also have Beans Floyd, so I have 4. Yay! I don't put a lot of, I should put more, the standard showcase. Why is this taking so much time? Go, boys, go. Come on. I wish I could prioritize this card specifically. Jack, hey, I got a 20 again! Because, while there are some tricks to dice, sometimes it's just predetermined. Sometimes you gotta beat Azul with the one thing he hates the most. Pure dumb luck! Dorm Kaleem. Dorm Kaleem is so great. I love his alt illustration, and I can show it to you, because I know somebody who has it. Miss Rainbow Sprinkles has all of Azul's cards, Bean Floyd, Dorm Ace, and Dorm Deuce. When I went to roll for Beans Floyd, I got Kaleem and another Jade. Oh, wow. When you were rolling for Jade, you got Trey and Ace. You see, I've got to throw more stuff into the standard showcase. Doesn't matter if we're hitting at disadvantage. Oh no, we're hitting at advantage here. Bye-bye, guys. I only have 4 because I'm saving up literally all... I have to make sure I've got enough for 100 pulls until November when Jack's birthday comes around so that I can have Birthday Jack. But I know that there's going to be a high-level Leona card coming up in a future event. Not sorry, Azul. Wasn't even under the standard banners. That's... So, when I was playing Overwatch, that would happen to me, right? You would have... you would have, hey look, we've got like the Halloween event going on. Oh look, here's a gold loot box. That means you're getting a special legendary skin. Oh look, it's a legendary skin that's not even for the event. And you already have it. Okay, so we want plants. I would love to have SSR, I would love to have Dorm Leona, not gonna lie. Okay. High power. Use mostly Flora attacks. Looks wonderful. Let's go. That's how the gotchas be. Oh, and it's hilarious, because I got Beans Rook in the same draw that I was going for Beans Floyd. I thought I was going to get him on repeat because of, you know, the stats going up in getting certain SSR cards, and they were all tenfold summons. So you're going to get at least one of them. But instead I kept on getting just plain school uniform Rook over and over and over again. When you roll for Beans Floyd, you got Jade in 10 pulls, then got Kaleem in like 41, and then you got 2 Beans Floyd in 51. That's funny. I got Beans Jack twice in a row when I was going my second time into that one. I wouldn't call it a lead per se, but I saw Jack running for the main school building with Vil in hot pursuit a short while ago. He would be a tremendous asset to our group if we could get him to join up. But with Vil chasing him, he might have already been eliminated. Then he wouldn't be joining anyone. Excuse me? Floyd, hold it right there! You're gonna pay for eliminating Ruggy! Oh no. This is where we pick up at the end of Jack's, vignette. Ah! Sheesh, lay off, would you? You guys started it, not me. You take one swing at me, you better be ready to get 3 right back in your face. Jack, how many times must I tell you to stop? I'm right on the verge of losing, Jack. What will happen to all my plans then? Oh, hey, look, allies. Rook, Trey. You seem distressed. Maybe we have assistance? Why, yes. Yes, you may! You can assist me by providing Jack with some backup against Floyd. Jack's been in a running series of encounters since before he crossed paths with Floyd, you see. And I worry that even with Savannah Claw levels of stamina, he's bound to reach his limit eventually. Backup it is! Wait, are you serious, Rook? You can't just jump in when Floyd and Jack are fighting like this. Look at them, they're both huge, and they're running so fast they're kicking up a dust cloud. It's like a giant blender over there. I can see the auras! I can see the auras! You'd be torn to shreds if you went anywhere near it. Ah, but we have the numeric advantage, as well as hunting tools. Agreed. As tough as Floyd is, surely we can subdue him 4-1. I've never hunted a wild merman before. How thrilling! 7 people watching spam. 7 people! Yay! That has nothing to do with it. They're JoJo posing. They're JoJo posing at each other. Okay, so it looks like Floyd is mostly using, who's it's and what's it's. We'll double hit him. But a lot of rooks. Yes, many rooks. A Mario Party tournament with the dorm leaders plus Ramshackle Prefect for an even number of people would be absolute chaos. I'm so terrible at Mario Party, it's not even funny. I was playing as Mario and Bowser literally pitied me so much, he took stars away from everybody else and gave them to me to make up for the fact that I was so in dead last. Oh my gosh. Stampede! Yes, lost track of how many Beans Rook you got. All I know is I unpacked him. It's a herd. It's not a herd. It's just a JoJo battle between Jack and Floyd. Okay. I'll have to use Leona and Jack, so we'll do this. Do you even pose, bro? You're really gonna say that while next to another merman Rook? Rook's not subtle. He doesn't care what he says. Oh, you have Birthday Ruggy. I do have Birthday Ruggy. I got him in 11 pulls, oddly enough. I was so stressed out about making sure I had enough extra pulls to be able to get him that it was like, really? 11 pulls? I guess that, oh, I brought donuts. I literally had donuts next to me as like a good luck charm to pull for him, too. Notes that down. If you write that, I would love to read it. I actually am thinking of making a series of animatics. I have one up on YouTube. It's called Crowley is Useless on the channel Spam Crackers, so if you want to see the kind of thing that I can make, Computer Hates Me actually scripted it. Ooh, the luck, it is. Plays Posen by Peggy Suave. Well, at least you got to save, yes. Which is why I went on and just pulled for Beans Floyd immediately afterward. Huh? Why ain't any beans coming out? He's finally out of ammo. Get ready to close in on him at once from all sides. Oh man, this is finally starting to get good. I know just what you mean, monsieur. I can't speak French. What a rush it is when one finds oneself cornered and facing danger head on. Ah, guys, hold on. What is it? We've got multiple people inbound. I doubt they're friendlies either. Here comes the rest of them. Oh, they're sparkling. Get out of here, you lame vampires. My, it seems the monsters are having a fun little hunt. Phil, how eagerly I've awaited to encounter you. Hello, Rook. I must admit, I was also rather looking forward to finding you on the field. Just a second. I'll keep reading in a minute. We have an ample supply of ammunition. Everyone, proceed with caution and keep your beans at the ready. Right. Rook, the rush of combat, the thrill of battle, I've never felt so alive! I probably shouted, oh no, with them popping up again. Okay, back to battles we go. The patch output for this is just not fun. Go, boys, go! Beat Floyd into the ground. I'm just saving until another Jade or Floyd card happen again. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Aries Ram. I need to get a special, GIF and sound effect for that. I only have one for when people follow me on, Twitch, because that one took so long to set up. I'll figure it out eventually, though. Kind of want Silver or Deuce birthday, but I don't know. Yeah. I only have one dorm uniform right now. So I've got to throw things into the standard showcase and be like, boof, boof, boof. Give me another one. Preferably one of the other Savannah Claw boys. It's a little better if you've got Beans Floyd. I do have him. Okay, so let's see here. Doesn't really matter what I throw at him at this point because he's going to go down, down, down. You know, even if he uses water, I don't care. Go, Jack. Go. Oh, that would have taken him out in one hit if I had used that at the beginning. Dang it. I have like 6 saving. It's always saving for the events. That's the thing, isn't it? But if you're constantly saving, then you're not, like, taking any chances to collect more of the dorm uniforms. I really need Lab Coat Leona because Lab Coat Leona will get me the Savannah Claw Resident achievement, which is like the only one I don't have besides Leona's bestie. He's next. He will be my friend. It will happen. Just like hoarding. I've got so many gems hoarded up. Dorms can spook you on the events. They can. That's true. I already have enough for now. Not all of your SSRs are maxed out. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Oh, well, this should be fun. Bye-bye, Floyd. Again. Rook. Gentlemen, it has come to my attention that there are those amongst you that believe I like war. I would like to come out and clear the air. I do not like war. I love war. Insert the Major's spiel from Hellsing Ultimate. I'd be okay with Dorm Riddle and Dorm Kaleem, and preferably the Dorm Tweels, only because you already have Dorm Azul. Yes. And SSRs take a while to level. They do. I'm constantly hoarding, the upgrade things. So we'll go ahead and, depending on how long this takes... Depending on how long this takes, we might end up going through all the vignettes for all of these bean boys. Yeah, if you want to get Dorm Jamil, you've got to wait until they drop the next part of Chapter 2, though. Smack 'em, boys. Dorm Azul duos with Dorm Riddle and vice versa. Just like how Dorm Ruggy and Dorm Jack. This picture combo is one of my favorites, by the way. Dorm Jack and Dorm Ruggy also do dual attacks, and it's very, very effective. I really love using their duo magic together. Which is why I rely on other people's Dorm Ruggy cards all the time. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna squeeze you all dry, he says. And we're gonna be doing the same thing, so... Go! Ears and Tails Club! Ace and Deuce do the same thing that they do. Pop, 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 pop! Floyd, load your beam blaster while I keep them busy. Who said you guys could just barge in, huh? Butt out! Jack and Azul are both exhausted, and we're in trouble if Floyd reloads. We need to retreat. Agreed, our odds are much worse with multiple beam blasters in play. We adieu for now, farmers! Phew, we sent them running. Yes, but did you see the lineup they had? Their group included a house warden and multiple vice house wardens. The monsters must have had the same idea we did. It's almost like there are people who aren't stupid on the other team. Hey, Floyd, are you all... Yeah, what's that scary look on your face? Shh, you ruined my fun right when I was finally starting to enjoy myself. Is your idea of fun being eliminated because you were in danger of just that? Who cares about eliminations? You guys stink. Huh? But we saved you. Why are you mad at us? For goodness sake, I don't expect you to thank us, but you could at least stop intimidating the freshmen. Man. A beta fish, a goldfish, and a guppy. Just peachy. A bunch of tank fish, not even worth squeezing. Excuse me? You've totally harshed my vibe. You guys better scram or else. I'm gonna squeeze you all dry. You're welcome to try. What's that? You want a piece of me? Better watch out, Mr. Fancy Fins. I'd hate to see your best assets get all roughed up. You refer to me as a beta, but you clearly haven't done your homework. You should know that the beta fish's beautiful fins are its main weapon in combat. Beta fish do this. I'd like to see you headbutt somebody, Vil. They also attack themselves when they see themselves in a mirror. Only recently started using people's birthday veil for Beans Floyd, so they duo. But once you get the Beans veil higher, you'll start using him in your battles. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna go get him, Leona. If I need to, I'll just use the Rogue's Veil you leveled. Yep. Floyd is the definition of someone who marches to the beat of his own drum. Yes. Ooh, Floyd's got a lucky number of hit points left. He's highly entertaining. He's scary, but entertaining. I'm gonna hit him with fire attacks just to be spiteful, though. Fry him, Jack. Scarily entertaining. Floyd is his own parade. You got a point there. Now I want one. Go, go, go! I've got a bunch of other cards that I had to level as well, so... Gah! What a beautifully executed flow! Throw, did you see the way he flew through the air? That guy's bigger and heavier, but you'd never know it the way Vil tossed him. I might have had to put some real effort in if Floyd wasn't already tired out. Luckily, Jack did a fine job wearing him down. I just got one question for you, Schoenheit. Oh, are you ready for more where that came from? Dude, what was that? That was sick! Huh? I was straight up airborne! That wasn't magic you used, right? I'm kind of a heavy guy. Dude, are you secretly ripped? You don't need to be ripped to throw somebody. This is a fact. If you get someone into an uncomfortable enough position, they throw themselves. What? How's that work? When a body is taut and extended, all you have to do is shift your angle of approach slightly, and you can easily redirect them. Make them as uncomfortable as possible, and they will throw themselves. So you used my own strength to throw me? Yes, that's basic self-defense technique. A Pell or Riddle could do it themselves with a little instruction. Are you for real? Dude, teach me how to do that. Now he's in a good mood again. What in tarnation happened to that scary look he was giving us? He's extremely capricious. Trying to reason with him is a complete waste of time. I wouldn't mind teaching you that throw once today's game is over, but I expect you to join my group for the rest of the day in return, Floyd. Vil! There's no telling what will set Floyd off. Having him on our team would be like walking around with a live electric wire. As if you have room to talk, Riddle. Floyd is easily among our school's most gifted when it comes to raw physical strength. You saw the way he was fighting earlier. Frankly, we'd be fools not to leverage that. But he's not going to let someone else tell him what to do. Sounds fun to me. Sure, I'm in. Huh? Welcome aboard. I gotta say, my fancy friend, you're rocking that camo jacket. I should think so. Who do you take me for? I thought the colors were kinda lame myself, but now I want one. Then let's check that supply crate near here. We can stand to replenish our bean reserves regardless. Sweet, let's go. Is this actually going to work out? I'm getting a headache. Poor Riddle. His own sadistic-looking parade. Floyd is intrigued. I love that Appel changes his way of speech. What in tarnation? I love Appel. His nickname is the Hick Child. Because that's what he is. I've got all of Appel's basic cards. If I could get him his dorm uniform, I'd have all of them. Now, I trust you're cultured enough to know that a jacket this loud will impart a completely different impression depending on the model. Eye-catching items are the literal fabric of individuality. How they're worn makes all the difference. Don't be shy, give it your own twist. He already does that with his regular uniform. You don't have to tell Floyd to get creative with what he's wearing. There he is. There's a reason Floyd is the SSR for this thing. Sparkle, man, sparkle. His exaggerated, light-hearted silhouette gives a simultaneous sense of ease and poise. Meanwhile, the functional tactical vest adds an imposing presence to an otherwise playful look. His aura is riveting. What he wears is a fashion statement that he is a warrior who always gets his Quarrier. Impressive, Floyd. Your style game is clearly on point, and you know yourself well. I hardly need to offer any input at all. Did I not just say that? Yo, I'm digging these new threads. What do you guys think? Am I looking cool or what? You're wearing the same design as Vil, but you look so radically different. I don't see goggles on Vil. Or the tactical vest. So, yeah, it's cool. I have a problem with this. Why is all the gear going to Floyd? Hey, we had a deal. Whoever beans the most monsters on the way here gets their pick of the goods, right? And I'm the guy who sent all the supply crate ambushers packing last I checked. I'll grant you that. You did make a significant contribution, but still. You're the one who hasn't been pulling his weight. Without your magic, you're like a goldfish out of water. Shouldn't a house warden be, like, better? But hey, don't worry. Any monsters trying to attack you, I'll scare them off myself. You can just huddle up and hide behind me. Get your arm off my shoulder this instant! And where do you get off mocking me? Your house warden Azul is hardly a heavy hitter himself with his magic out of the equation. From what I saw earlier, he was the only one on the monster team struggling to catch his breath. True, if he's that desperate to improve his PE grade, he should try putting in the work every day, too. Wait, hold up. Who said anything about Azul being weak without his magic? He's real strong. What? He's slow on the land and in water, and he's got lousy athletic reflexes, but that doesn't mean he's weak. Azul's bigger than me in the water, and he's got 8 huge, heavy limbs. His submission holds are bad news, and he's got crazy grip strength. If he so much as snags you, he can snare you with their arms pinned. Is this really Azul you're talking about? No offense, but I find it hard to believe. He is somewhat tall, but he tends to cut a lean figure. It's hard to imagine him having that much in the way of musculature. I don't know, man. Octopi are like all muscle. Seems to me like that wouldn't go poof just because he took a potion to turn himself human. I'm just spitballing here, obviously. But all I'm saying is that writing Azul off is a bad idea. Why don't you squeeze him for sea mucus? He doesn't have bones past his waist in his sea form anyway. Otherwise, a certain magicless goldfishy might wind up getting squeezed and go flop. Excuse me? Are you suggesting I would flop? Hey, I only mean when you've got no spells to fall back on. Who's a strong little goldfishy? You are. Stop patronizing me at once or it's off with your head! Guys, come on, let's all calm down. Save your breath. They've been at each other's throats ever since orientation. Really? That long? Orientation at Night Raven College tends to be eventful. Yeah, apparently Floyd made a big ruckus the same way that Grimm did. Yours was hardly an exception there, as I'm sure you recall. There was someone who snuck out of the ceremony? Yes, that's actually in, Ace's, Robe's uniform. He, took a Pell and they snuck out of the ceremony because they thought it was boring. Someone who snuck into the venue and started fires in it. And someone who picked a fight with the house warden. That I haven't seen yet. I've got Robe's Appel, though, so I'll get that. Okay, look. Our orientation had its own share of mishaps. There are no orientations here that end without some sort of incident. Picking fights on day 1 might as well be a school tradition. If our student body practiced basic etiquette and courtesies, then our Beanfest wouldn't be an athletic event at all. You know, you've got a point there. But I have to say, I really like the meritocracy-based setup we've got going at Night Raven. Yes, I suppose we could do much worse. Now then, it's time to go. If our pair of live wires is quite finished, I suggest they join us, unless they want to get left behind. I object to that name, Vil. Maybe it applies to him, but I'm no live wire. Is that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause it's hilarious. Okay, are we ready to go? Okay. Okay, what are we looking for? Floyd is ready for war. Fabric of individuality. There's a reason Floyd is the what? Did I say something? I don't know. Riddle, hey, I just wanted to look cool. Hey, Miss Bones, she's here! Jade, yes, except he's actually a genius. I love the lore of Azul actually being really strong in terms of grip strength. Mm-hmm. At least Azul is not a hippo! No. Azul can actually breathe underwater. Hippos cannot do that, luckily enough. Octopuses have no bones. Scan complete. There are no farmers in this area. Let's take a moment to collect ourselves and do some planning. First off, Jack, must you have such complete and utter disregard for my orders? We lost Ruggy because you so carelessly set Floyd off. In fact, we nearly lost you as well. I told you at the start that I don't take orders from you. If you don't like it, we can split back up again. Allow me to hazard a guess. These two people, you were in numerous engagements before you met up with us, I trust. Yes, and all of them petty skirmishes hardly worth the effort. Hey, at least there's a bright side. You got out of an encounter with Floyd and Bill's whole band without getting eliminated. It got us useful enemy intel, too. It's not the worst outcome. Very true. What matters for the monster team is not simply capturing farmers. Our victory is secured by defending the harp. We've been doing a fine enough job of that, wouldn't you say? You know, you're right. A considerable amount of time has elapsed since the start of the game. By now there should be farmers attempting to take the harp from the Colosseum. Our focus should be herding the Colosseum-bound farmers into the pre-planned paths and systematically dispatching them. That is how the monster team gets the job done. The same basic principles as the tower defense games. The other essential element is how well one can evade surprise attacks like our previous engagement. You know, now that you mention it, it feels like Ville's been one step ahead of me all day. We shouldn't assume that's a coincidence. It's safer to say that our course of action has been predicted in advance. Seriously? I agree with Azul. While a beast might not have exhaustive knowledge of a hunter in normal circumstances, both sides have equal intel here. Knowledge of who is where and what equipment they hold enables one to predict their future course of action. That's all the more reason we can't afford to linger in one place for too long. I think we better cut this chat short and figure out what we're doing next. So what's the plan? Do we take our group back to the Colosseum and tighten defenses there? I'm gonna stay on the field and keep up the hunt. It's not my style to hang back and stay defensive. Normally, this would be where I roll my eyes at your insistence on offense, but this time I actually agree. There's someone I want out of the picture before we turn our focus to defending the harp. Let me guess. Monsieur, I cannot speak French. You want Jade eliminated, yes? Precisely. Jack and I have covered quite a bit of ground across campus, but we haven't spotted Jade once so far. I strongly doubt he's simply waiting out the whole game. He's got to be up to something. Très bien. What manner of attack will he launch upon us? Oh, the anticipation. Careful now, we might be the ones eliminated if we're not careful. Then again, Jade doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would dive into a group of enemies and go on a whole tear like Floyd did. Oh, he would. It would just be a different kind of tear. He and Floyd are two twisted peas in a pod, each in their own uniquely dark way. Floyd is actually the easier of the two to deal with on many levels, since his nature is far more obvious than Jade's. Jade, on the other hand, he's a particular brand of devious. If you see him, do not provoke him. Do not make eye contact. Just back away slowly. You're talking about your own vice house warden like he's some sort of wild animal. He is a moray eel. Speaking of our respective dorm associates, Trey, I note that we also have yet to see your boon companion, Monsieur Magicam. Cater's upbeat and friendly, but he doesn't exactly get heavily invested in events. It's hard to predict what approach he'd take. Actually, mentioning Cater reminds me of something. When I grabbed Deuce, he told Riddle that Cater's group was headed for the botanical garden. I can give Deuce props for protecting his house warden, but not so much for spilling the beans right in front of the enemy. Again, how would Deuce know that's where we were all heading? Unless he took his phone out and was like, oh hey look, there they go! We should assume that Ville will heed that tip and head for the botanical garden. In that case, let us follow in their footsteps and exact our revenge upon them. Slow down, I say we split into two groups. The monster team doesn't benefit all that much from acting as a large herd. Not to mention, Riddle was there when Deuce blurted that info out in front of us. He can put two and two together. True, they could be planning to exploit that lead if we try to follow up on it. Exactly. Plus, I want to do some digging anyway. I'm heading for the school store. Jack, if you could please come with me? All right. Then I believe that leaves the two of us to pay the botanical garden a visit. I don't know how to pronounce that. Right. Good luck out there, guys. You two stay safe as well. His bones has arrived. Ooh, first time I get to see the Hick Boy in action, yes. You won't be here for long? Aw, too bad. Hopefully I can understand what's going on, hopefully. I thought the same thing even before Trey even said that. Again, the point about... my point, at least knowing Floyd is coming. Yeah. Jade is Vice House Warden, right? Yes, he is. Hey, somebody get that bot. Go, mods. Come on, get rid of the bot. Come again, never. Yes. First time chat from viewer. That's not a viewer, that's a bot. Shoo, shoo. Ooh la 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 la. You seem to be in unusually high spirits today, Rook. Then again, I don't think I've ever seen you in a bad mood. Why wouldn't I be? We get few opportunities indeed for House Wardens and Vice House Wardens to go toe-to-toe in earnest. Perhaps I'll have another chance to challenge Vil when we get to the Botanical Garden. Are you not excited at the prospect of encountering Riddle? Not really, no. I've never been gung-ho about competing with Riddle. On the other hand, I only really played tag with him once or twice back when we were kids. I guess it could be kind of fun to run around like when we were young again. Ah, you see the light! Now let us away to our next battleground, the Botanical Wait! There's a distinct aroma wafting through the air. Are you picking it up, Trey? Huh? Ah, there it is. It's kind of spicy. Pretty appetizing, actually. Is someone making food? It's the shawarma! The shawarma scheme! Why would someone cook in the middle of a game? Judging by the direction of the wind, the aroma is coming from the Botanical Garden. Let's have a look for ourselves. The shawarma. Rook is skipping. Yes, he is. But yeah, while Jade and Floyd tackle things differently, they're both agents of chaos. Much chaos. Yo! Conspiracy! Computer hates me! There's a bot in the chat. Never mind, I'll take care of this. Huh? There's a real strong smell coming from the Botanical Garden. Kind of familiar, too. Ah, I know. It smells like the meat sea otter was lugging around earlier. Jade would use a sniper to pick people off, and Floyd takes a much more direct approach. Yet you can't see the bot because I just got rid of it. Who's Sea Otter? Kaleem, I'm guessing. He's a farmer like us, as I recall. What's this about him carrying meat, though? He said it was lunch that the sea snake packed for him. Doesn't smell like a sandwich and bag of chips, I'll tell you that much. Yes, it's more like someone's barbecuing meat. He's practically posting a giant neon sign pointing to his location. How can someone be that trusting? Yeah, he's probably luring the monster team as we speak. It's gonna be a feeding frenzy. I say we nose in on the action here, fellas. I'm in mod mode and it wasn't visible to me. Spam the bot buster. Dum 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 dum. Ta-da! Always in hoods. Eh, Jamil? Looks like Floyd wasn't feeding me false intel when he told me where Kaleem was heading. I knew you'd heat up my packed lunch without stopping to question it, Kaleem. We'll make a clean sweep of all the farmers foolish enough to take the bait. Come on, we're moving in. Understood. They might be using scripts now. Maybe. Far from little. I think this story definitely seems longer than the other one. And that's okay. The closer we get to the Botanical Garden, the more the smell of good barbecue fills the air. Ugh, now I'm drooling. Pull yourself together, Appel. We could run into the monster team at any moment out here. Agreed, the monster team knows that Cater's group headed for the Botanical Garden. Yes, which is precisely why we're circling around to catch them from behind. Ah! Shh! Quiet! What's the matter? You can aim better than that. Your shots are so slow, I dare say the beans are gathering dust mid-air. And you think you can hit me like that? Not in your wildest dreams. Yet for all your speed, Lilia, I note you're content to do little more than flee. You won't be able to catch me from that far away, you know. By all means, come closer, unless you're afraid, of course. Aren't you supposed to have only 10 beans? You've grown into quite the cheeky little boy. So be it. I'll give you just a touch of effort, since you so clearly insist. Heh, you'll find me far from little. No mercy, Lilia. Wow, it's Malleus and Lilia. I can't say I expected to walk in on Diasomnia's House Warden and Vice House Warden dueling. Amazing, they're both moving so fast I can barely keep track of them. Lilia's on the monster team. Let's surround him and back Malleus up. Better not, Guppy. But why, Floyd? This is a perfect chance. Sea Slug and Devilfishy are way too distracted to notice us right now, and we ought to keep it that way. Otherwise, Devilfishy will turn around and eliminate us first instead. What? Why is that surprising? It makes perfect sense. To thin out the weaklings first when fighting a whole group. You're saying we're weaklings? But we're better armed than Lilia, and we'll easily outnumber him. Lilia might look dainty, but his PE grades are near the top of the junior class. He's a heavyweight, make no mistakes. He's made it to the end of Beanfest every single year. Silver and Sebek often talk about Lilia being their martial arts instructor, now that you mention it. And here I assumed that was just their way of showing respect to someone older than them. What's wrong, Malleus? You won't be much of a soon-to-be ruler if you keep retreating. You're being overactive for your age yourself, Lilia. Your breath is growing ragged. Perhaps you need a nice rest in a rocking chair. Age jokes, age jokes. Judging from the way Lilia's fighting now, Silver and Sebek weren't exaggerating in the slightest. Yeah, see? He's holding his own against House Warden Sea Slug. Not only that, but he's dancing circles around him. Not even I can gauge Lilia's full capabilities. I think interfering is begging for trouble on our part. If Sea Slug wants to tank Devilfishy for us, let him. We can just mosey on by. I'm surprised. I figured you'd be the first to jump in on a potential scrap. Are you interested in winning now? Nah, not really. I just figured that it'd sour their mood and their mood and mine if someone butted in on all that fun they're having. Maniacal laughter. Oh, they're both full-on cackling. I guess they really are having a blast. Let us remain low and sneak on by. Stay focused on our goal, the Botanical Garden. I'm glad that they are explaining where literally everybody else was while Lezlie was busy being dragged around by Cater. Mostly. Give me Jamil. Way longer. Yes, this is way longer than last time. Oh, you gave me Vil instead. But I want Jamil.
農民チームだからって怪物に怯えると思ってる。私に手を出す身の程知らずは痛い目を見るわよ。
Alas, we're on the same team, so it would be uncouth for me to punch you. We got lots of beans for this. Father versus son. As 1,000-year-old Shota do, yes. He may be 1,000 years old. Lilia is a vampire. Okay, so that's definitely my favorite comment that Ruggy makes, in his birthday, outfit. He comments that all he had to do was make, like, one little comment to Silver, and Silver bought him, like, this amazing dessert from the school store or something, and all I can think... Ruggy's like, oh, so always complain to Silver about desserts if you want him to give you something. And all I get is a flashback to that cake from Sleeping Beauty, and I'm just like, Silver definitely has birthday trauma relating to desserts. It makes me laugh. The idea of them cackling in the back while the group is discussing stuff is really funny. I like the idea of them cackling while the others are just sneaking by in the background. What about this guy? Is he supposed to have, like, monkey ears or something? What is that incredible smell? It's making my stomach rumble. Could this be shawarma? The soul food of the Scalding Sands? Here we go again with all the shawarma! What would it be doing in the botanical garden? Doesn't make sense, but I can't resist that spicy aroma. Neither can my legs, apparently. Bah! Lezlie is having a breakdown in the background! Okay, let's see. Once the surface is cooked through, turn the spit, shear the cooked meat using scissors. Note, beware of the fire. Next, insert vegetables and pickles into the pita bread along with the meat. Note, small amounts preferable over stuffing equals hard to eat. Alright, I'll put the pickled carrots, tomatoes, lettuce, and finally the meat. There, all done. Now for the best part, eating. This is good. Grandma said if you can read, you can cook. Clearly Kaleem can read. The pickled carrots go perfectly with the juicy grilled meat. I could eat this for days. Is this where that savory smell is coming from? Ah! House Warden Kaleem! What are you doing setting up a full-fledged campsite grill in the middle of the garden? Hey guys, it's just about noon, so I was grabbing some lunch. Get a load of it all. Vibrant pickles, fluffy pita bread, and mouth-wateringly juicy meat. This is some real-deal shawarma. Guess that's how lunches go for the ultra-rich Asim family. Come on and have some. There's plenty to go around. I'll cook up a fresh batch for you now. Just gotta sit tight and wait a few. Yes, sir. Don't mind if we do. We're having a party. Have as much as you like, guys. Feel free to help yourselves with some bottled tea, too. Thank you, House Warden. I'll fetch the drinks. Then we'll handle the food. Anyone here hate pickles? Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate the help. Something smells incredibly good. I feel like I'm being led here by the nose, literally. Ooh, I see even more visitors. Hey guys, want some shawarma? Yes, please! No! The shawarma counter continues. I guess this is what Jamil meant when he said he set me up with food I could enjoy with friends. A meal always tastes better when there's somebody to share it with. Jamil's so smart. Sit tight, gentlemen. The next batch is going on the grill as we speak. Oh, Kaleem. Oh. His naivete is both endearing and frustrating at the same time. Okay, back to battling we go. Shawarma returns. That'd do. Too bad Kaleem's an idiot. He could have used this to trap people. He could have. In fact, some of his teammates literally think that's what's going on right now. But it's not. Kaleem's just a happy little dude. Kaleem is just too pure. So is Silver. I love Silver, and I only know him from, like, the Culinary Crucible event and a couple of his vignettes. Both are sweethearts. I do love Silver. I wasn't sure how much of an impression he was going to leave on me, but he's my favorite in the Diasomnia dorm. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, Floyd? Just give us all the patches. Silver is also just really pretty. Silver is pretty, like, oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, what are we setting up with next? So we need water and fire for this next one. Why are you just giving me a bunch of characters that have, other things? Water and fire preferable. Okay. Okay, so we got lots of water and plant. Plants aren't gonna do me much good here. We're keeping you... Okay. Water and fire, water and fire. So we could use this Ruggy instead. Anybody else higher level? Azula's a higher level. Jack can be useful, so we'll keep him around. And... wait a second, doesn't... Bean Floyd or Bean Rook? We want water and fire. Haven't been using Bean Floyd so far. Almost upset by this. Speaking of Silver, we'll throw him in here too, because why not? That's why I'm tempted to roll for his birthday card, but I also really like Deuce. It'll probably be a long time, but if Silver gets a dorm card, he will. Stream is lagging so much. Okay, let me see if I can fix that again. He keeps on giving me these messages, and... I need people to be able to actually, like, enjoy the stream. Come on. The wheel in the stream keeps on turning. The wheel in the stream keeps on turning. Oh, I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. Nice. Here we are at the garden. Phew, made it in one piece. Is it just me or does something smell spicy? You know, he said exotic last time. He said exotic last time. I know, because I clipped it, and I've played the shawarma clip over and over and over again. Ah, yes, extremely spicy. It's a smell that whets the appetite. You ain't kidding. I gotta stop drooling. It's coming from that way. Let's go see what's cooking. Grim, you're dumb. I hate you. Grim, don't let your stomach do all the thinking. This could be a monster team trap. That would require brains. We have no brains on this team. Not where Lezlie is concerned, anyway. What have we here? Cater from Heartsley and Jade from Octavinelle? Plus Lezlie and Grim from the Ramshackle dorm. That should make for quite the decent haul. Shut up, Jamil, you will not catch me. Only one monster is allowed to catch me. Everyone else is gonna have a time of it. Yep, we've been here before. We've read all this stuff before. No. No. Lezlie is crawling away. Lezlie is hiding under these bridges and stuff. Lezlie is staying away. I appreciate your generosity, Kaleem, but this is a battlefield. I don't see what the big hurry is. All I'm saying is that this grilling you're doing is making We're all gonna die. Skip this. Yep. Yeah, I am Boot doesn't like being embarrassed by her boy being stupid. It's okay, it happens to all of us. Farmers spotted, there's a group of them. Ha, like fish in a barrel. Seize them! Jamil! Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. Cooking something that smells that strong and distinctive is basically painting a giant bullseye on your back. Shawarma! 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 Jamil is a liar. After them, don't let them escape. Here we go, all over again. Lezlie, don't you mean exotic? That's what you said last time. Yes, they changed the dialogue, actually. Grim coughs. Politically correct? I don't know what you mean. Go, boys. Uh-oh. Sorry, I've been tapping the microphone again on accident. Okay. Okay, Azul. Smack him. Kaleem, you're way too generous and sweet. He is! Okay, so... Oh, we're gonna hit Grim next? Very nice. Okay, so we definitely want... I'll use more fire attacks. Oh, I'm just gonna fry him. I'm gonna fry Grim with Jack. This is only what I've been wanting to do forever now. Die, you stupid cat! Ah, dang it, we were just a little bit off. If only I'd hit a little bit harder before. And Cater, I'm not gonna apologize for this. We're gonna overkill him. Like the tenterhooks. Exactly like the tenterhooks! Curse you, Jade! Curse you, Jade! You see, Cater took the brunt of all of that, so Kaleem didn't have to get hit at all. We were nice. We were polite. Difference in training. I know that it's just like a really messy sandwich, but shawarma still sounds like a banned word on Twitch. No, it's just a pita wrap kind of thing. The tenterhooks. Okay, so I'm not sure if you were there, Miss Rainbow Sprinkles, but Jade used to have this line when he was in classes during the special lessons when Curly would show up, where he would say, "Of course, I'm on tenterhooks." But they changed it literally the day after I pointed that out on stream that he was saying it incorrectly. He used to say tenderhooks, but they changed it correctly to say tenterhooks. And I got so mad because I felt like the game was gaslighting me. Like, Disney! Disney! The hooks! Yo, yo, yo. Yo ho, near the hooks I'll never go. Grim, wait, where's Lezlie? Jack, oh, she left the instant we arrived. Shh! Don't use my proper pronouns, Jack! No, I know what you mean, that line. I looked it up because I was like, what does on tender hooks mean? It weirded me out for a bit, and then I looked it up and I'm like, oh, he's saying it incorrectly. If he comes from underwater, he might not know exactly what it is, so he might be saying it improperly. I thought they did that on purpose, but they didn't. They changed it to make it so that he said it properly, and I hated that, and I don't have a recording of him saying it improperly. Got you, Kaleem. Oh no, Kaleem's been eliminated. I've seen that line too. Lezlie fading away while running. You're all idiots! Y'all are stupid. Aw, man, and I thought I was pretty fast. I guess you're faster, Jamil. You can chalk it up to a difference in training. But Cater and Jade got away. We should probably clear out of this place soon if we want to play it safe. We've nabbed a lot of farmers on our end, too. They were all so absorbed in their shawarma that they were practically blind to the world around them. Easy pickings. Oh, duh! It's not like only farmers would smell the food and come running. Monsters would pick up on it, too. Guess I messed up big time. Your fun is only just beginning, Kaleem. Enjoy spending the rest of the game doing Vargas's special weight training in the gym with the other eliminated players. Fair enough. Those are the rules. Can I ask you one teeny little favor of you, though? What is it? If the next words out of your mouth are, let me go, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear them. Nah, perish the thought. Well, can we please at least wait until we finished all the shawarma? You painstakingly prepared this whole meal for me. I wouldn't want any of it to go to waste. Aren't you guys hungry too? This is the Beanfest lunch of a lifetime, seriously. Are you sure you're okay with sharing it with monsters? Shh, I'm not about to turn down free grub. I was just getting hungry anyway. I hear Jamil's cooking is top tier, so count me in. I'd be a fool to say no. Hey, this is no time for a lunch break. What if the farmer team comes back and surrounds us? Don't worry, Jamil. It'll go away faster with you chipping in. Come on, pretty please. Kaleem's already eliminated, so he's not technically an enemy right now. And it would be unacceptable for an employee to refuse an order from his boss. Curses hoisted by my own shawarma spit! Alright, just give me the scissors. I'll have all the meat carved in 5 minutes. Yes! You're the best, Jamil! Ha! Ha! His trap came back and bit him in the butt! Ooh la la, I followed my nose to the source of this rich scent, and who do I find but the 2 top officers of Scarabia. Hi, Rook, hi, Trey. Here for some shawarma? Have a seat and give us 2 shakes. Jamil will get some for you both. Jamil's cutting meat at the breakneck speed with one hand and stuffing vegetables into pita bread with the other. And around them I see monsters and captured farmers all eating shawarma together. What is going on here? I captured Kaleem, but he pleaded with me to let him stay instead of letting the food go to waste. The prep goes fastest with me doing it, so here I am helping against my will. Believe me, I would much rather be as far away from the botanical garden as possible. But why? From the looks of things, I would guess that your group has captured most of the farmers present. We did, but we had hoped to catch everyone. Cater, Jade, Lezlie, and Grim got away. Ah! I'm worried they'll round up help and come back. But here I am feeding people lunch instead of making tracks like a sensible monster would. Congrats, Jamil, you played yourself. That he did. To be fair, the food looks world class. It would be an embarrassment to House Asim if I served anything less than the best. I must hand it to you, Jamil. There is but one word for your professional level of dedication. In all things, French. I tend to avoid more pungent provisions, but out of respect for your spirit, I will gladly avail myself to your generous repast. We've got sweet and unsweet tea here. Which would you guys prefer? Kaleem, enough with the hospitality. All of you finish your food, now! My, one finds the strangest things when following their nose. In this case, an entire rogues gallery. Ah, I know that voice! Uh-oh. Alright, I forgot about Leslie's gender being an open secret. Yes, Leslie's gender is mostly secret, but there are some people. Kaleem, you just figured it out? Yes. At least in Savannah Claw, yep. Kaleem and his positive mental attitude. My boy! That's great, though. That's great that came back and Jamil's just like, oh, gosh. Good luck out there. Good luck indeed. Good luck indeed. My, one finds the strangest things when following their nose. It's Shota Grandpa! Might I have a shawarma sandwich? Hi, Lilia. Absolutely. I'll even give you more than one, if you're extra hungry. Hello, Kaleem. From the look of things, I'm guessing you've been captured by the monster team. Yes, I hate to say it, but they got me good. At least Cater's team got out safe and sound. Ah, whoops! That's right, you're on the monster team too. Forget I said that. We're crying out loud, Kaleem. Worry not. I'm sure Jamil and the others would have said something if you hadn't. After all, between 3 vice house wardens, surely someone would be prudent enough to discuss the game over this seemingly idle lunch. Right you are. We've been trading intel. Speaking of which, what have you been up to, Lilia? I had a run-in with Malleus, crossed swords with him, and struck him down. What? Yes, Lilia won, apparently. Malleus is one of the most formidable farmers on the field, and you captured him? I take my hat off to you, Monsieur... Vampire. More's the pity, though. Would that I could have a front-row seat to witness a battle between the Diasomnia House Warden and Vice House Warden. Malleus has certainly grown into quite the fighter. I might have been in danger if he hadn't run out of beans partway through the fight. There were more close shaves than I would have liked. What surprises me is that I have yet to see hide or hair of Sebek or Silver in spite of all their bold pre-battle declarations. Clearly I can't retire in confidence just yet. I'm sure something brought us all together, though. I think I'll join your merry band of monsters. If you're good enough to take down Malleus, you're definitely someone we'd be glad to have around. Lilia's got stamina for days. You should see the way he hops and yells and smashes his bass guitar during the Pop Music Club concerts. Please, you needn't fawn so much. You're making me blush. Oh man, you should have seen this one show we did back in the fall. I repeat, we do not have all day to sit around and chat. There, I've gotten all the shawarma sandwiches prepped and wrapped. You can take it with you to the gathering point for eliminated students. Now off you go! Sorry for the trouble, Jamil, and thanks! Maybe it's weird for me to cheer for you guys as a farmer, but good luck out there. Later! Finally. Where were we? Oh yeah, when I first got here. Jack, so, about what I called Lezlie, Kaleem. Yeah, I get that Leslie's scrawnier than you, but that wasn't cool insulting them like that, and thus Leslie's secret was kept. Lezlie is small and slight. Yes, easily mistaken for female. So much lag. No! Why? Why must the internet be dumb? I hope at least some people are able to see the stream clearly. Pick them off separately. It should be better on the replay. Although the point of streaming is so that people can watch it live, so, you know. C'est la vie, as the French say. Buffer hell, go away. I see. To summarize what we've just gone over... Blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, isn't that cute, Cater and Leslie's band of farmers has escaped the botanical garden and is inbound for the Coliseum. Jade was with them previously, but has since gone to ground. Vil, Riddle, and Appel are headed for the botanical garden to join with Cater. And it's possible that Floyd's joined Vil's group. Unconfirmed, but possible. As for the monster team status, Lilia, myself, Trey, and Jamil are gathered here in the botanical garden. Azul and Jack headed for the school store to apprehend more farmers. Yep, that about sums it up. What's to be the smartest play for us, then? Setting up an ambush for Vil's group might be a good start. We'd have the advantage, given all the natural cover in the garden. I disagree. Lingering here is a bad idea. We should prioritize finding Cater and Jade. I'm of a like mind with Jamil. Suppose that on Ville's way here, his group happened to meet up with Cater's and they were making their escape. In fact, let us take a further step back and consider the matter of Jade being unaccounted for. It's theoretically possible that Jade simply got separated from Cater's group through happenstance. But my assumption is that he was deliberately splitting off for a time to achieve some purpose. Oh ho, whence rises this deduction, pray tell? He's an expert underwater huntsman. He of all people would know the advantages of working in a group. He wouldn't be foolish enough to get separated from his group early on, when the soft rays of the morning sun still linger at midday. After all, I certainly wouldn't be. It only makes sense to return to one's group when one's objective is achieved, rather than remaining alone and defenseless, and constantly checking Magicam because Cater can't put it down! The other loose end to consider is Floyd. If Floyd has a positive mood swing and is working together with Ville's group, that makes matters considerably more serious for us. Ville, Appel, Riddle, Cater, Jade, Floyd. And last but certainly not least, Lezlie and Grimm. No, definitely the least, ignore me. Imagine all 8 of them teaming up to make a run for the harp. Does that not strike fear into your heart? Oof, when you put it that way, that group would have both the numbers and the raw strength to spell trouble for us. In that case, why don't we pick them off separately before they can team up? I say we split into 2 groups. Jamil, you come with me. We'll catch Jade by the tail. Understood. Then Trey and I will go after Cater's group. That will be my best shot at having a showdown with Ville. Oh, we're pulling out the map for this. Jeez, yeah, buffer hell is just gross. I do sometimes forget that Leslie's gender is an open secret in Savannah Claw. They can just smell. Don't worry, the scriptwriter does too at times. Scripts also don't account for lag. And here we are at the Botanical Gardens. It's right in plain sight, but the back door is hard to get to. I didn't need that kind of stress. You think there's a bunch of monsters swarming around inside? Sea Snake might at least put up a decent fight before I squeeze him, unlike most of the other guys in this game. Could actually be fun. Hold on, Floyd, must I remind you that our goal is to rescue Kaleem and meet up with Cater's group? Huh, I ain't here to bail Sea Otter out. What? My battle with Sea Urchin got spoiled, so I've got more fight to get out of my system. Come on, let's rock. Floyd, wait! Even if this is the back door, what kind of fool just waltzes right through without bothering to conceal his presence? Halt, I say! Oh! Oh, it's our boy! It's our beautiful, narcoleptic boy from Diasomnia. A historical drama. You know what? The fact that this is so long is probably why they had it split up into 2 parts. Rook, while Grimm is nothing more than an annoyance, I have confirmed Lezlie is without a doubt the most dangerous student here. This is so long. Silver! What's your problem, jellyfishy? The Botanical Garden's been occupied by monsters. Jamil's leading them. All the farmers that were eating shawarma there have been captured, including Kaleem. I beg your pardon? We were too late. Oh, is that what that spicy smell is? No wonder it was enough to make me drool. If you went in now, you'd just be turning yourself over to the monsters to be captured. I say this for your own good. Don't do it. You know, I don't much appreciate people bossing me around. Step aside unless you want to get squeezed. Floyd taking liberties has its limits. You said that you would work with us today in return for me teaching you a throwing maneuver after the game. An oral agreement still counts as a contract. It is acceptable for Activinal students under Azul's... Is it acceptable for Activinal students under Azul's leadership to renege on contracts as it suits them? No need to be all hostile about it. Yeah, whatever you say. Indeed, it will be whatever I say. Now, Silver, what are you doing here? The last time I ran into you, you said you were going to protect your fellow farmer Malleus. In fact, I should mention that we saw Malleus fighting Lilia on our way here. I'm sorry, Vil. I failed to live up to the trust you placed in me when you left Malleus's protection in my hand. Does that mean what I think it does? It's a bit of a long story, but essentially the fight was over by the time I came running. I failed in my most essential duty. I'm beside myself with shame. How can I ever face Lilia and Sebek now? Wasn't Lilia the one to eliminate Malleus? I know that for Lilia, the situation dictated that he had to turn his blade upon our king. Calling the rules of the game a situation seems a bit dramatic. Malleus undoubtedly went out regretting that his path was closed off before he could achieve his ambition of retaking the harp. As his royal vassal, it falls to me to avenge him. I shall exact vengeance upon Lilia. Mark my words! Oh, I like his intense face! This is a good look on Silver. Did I step into a historical drama? Is that some form of absurdist insomnia humor that I'm missing? No, I think he's serious. Silver isn't exactly the type to crack jokes. I figured Jellyfishy was some space case, but he's a pretty funny guy. Yeah, Silver, you ain't gonna take that kind of blow lying down! I completely understand. If you've already seen Malleus and Lilia fighting, then I'm sure what I'm about to say will come as no surprise. Lilia is strong, frightfully so. As embarrassing as it is to admit, my chances of taking him in a one-on-one battle are slim at best. So please, would you lend me your help? Yeah, sure. What? Gah, enough with the surprise shtick. Weren't you guys just going on about how we gotta work together? Well, yes, we're reacting more so to your tendency to do everything at the drop of a hat. I wasn't expecting such a ready agreement myself. I see your game, Floyd. You're pretending to be a team player while angling for a shot at fighting Lilia. Wasn't that obvious? Look, Devilfish has gotta be the most fun to squeeze out of anybody I've come across today, hands down. Didn't you see how crazy fast he was, Goldfishy? If he sets up shop in the Coliseum, getting that harp is gonna be a whole lot harder. You know, you do have a point there. Once upon a time, Lilia used to be known as the running rampart. Nobody could surpass him in matters of fortress defense. He's as elusive as a phantom. No one can predict where he might be lurking. Floyd is right. If Lilia starts defending the Coliseum, it's going to get a lot harder to breach the front gate. See, there you go. You guys don't want that, right? We gotta sink him before that happens. I've got no idea where Jade is now, but he's gotta be working to get that harp. Wouldn't want anyone standing in his way when it's go time. So you want to eliminate Lilia for Jade's benefit? Ah, that makes sense. You're a very caring brother, Floyd. You're making me cringe here, Jellyfishy. Jade's got his way of having fun and I got mine. I don't want either of us getting our fun ruined. It's that simple. Well, we have our next objective. This calls for a planning session. Understood. I'll share the intel I got from reconnoitering the area around the botanical garden. Lezlie, I'm such dead weight. Everyone on the monster team agrees without question that Lezlie is the most dangerous. Lezlie, I can't do anything! Azul, Rook, and Jamil, so deadly. Oh, see, the internet is acting up. Give me a second here. We'll make this. Silver drags blood across face. Vendetta. Oh no. Brute said the bannable Twitch word. You are now allowed to say simp in the chat. Thank you, computer hates me. Okay. Okay, we're back. The internet is doing its best to get me to stop streaming. Light the incense, because the internet hates all of us that do. Oh wait, a historical drama? It's gonna make me go through all of that all over again? Can I skip it? Okay. Skip. We literally just read this part. Next. Oh boy! 100 farmer patches. Let's go. Let's make this as fast as we can. I'll even make the animations go twice as fast. We're gonna do it. Okay, so let's think. We want Ruggy, and it won't matter! Do it! Double up, boys!
うっロギ先輩
さあ子猫ちゃんどうすか様子見だ
ラギー先輩かましてやりましょう
Can I please just get this every single time?
手は抜か
That would make this all so much easier. Glad we skipped the cutscene. Yes, don't worry, I'm not gonna make you go through all of that all over again. Speedy battles. Here we go. We might have to come back tomorrow to do the groovy party and the vignettes for this one. Not gonna lie, guys. Okay, so we want Jack, and we don't want to use Ruggy's duo magic, do we? Actually, screw it. I don't care. Even if we had it at a disadvantage, it won't matter.
油断した
頭を使うんすよジャック君
うっラギー先輩
覚悟はいいっすか
これは大健
Oh
闘でした
no,
ね
Grim is crying. I feel so bad about that. I feel like the list literally has this card specifically, like, scrolled down because it's just like, why don't you use some of the other guys in here? And I'm like, nah. This card specifically.
俺と勝
I
負
like how we get to fight Grim in this. Yes, we get to beat up on him.
うまくやりますよ
I just want to see Silver fry Grim. Whoosh. There we go. Silver, why are you so pretty? Good question. How'd you get raised by a vampire? Uh-oh. Don't do that. Yay! Got achievements. Using me as bait. Okay, it's an Omni Battle. You know what Omni Battle means? Omni Battle means we use Ruggy again. And Omni Battle means we use this Jack card, and this Jack card, and this Jack card, and this Leona card. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Look at all these! Look at all the buddy bonuses I get from this setup. This is the setup that I use in my Omni Battle exams. Woo! Silver fried Grim! Yes, and he was dressed as a cook while he was doing it. I got lucky. I only did a tenfold summon once for the Culinary Crucible, and I got both of the SR cards. That made me so happy. So if we aggregate our intel and silvers, we got these guys within the Botanical Garden. Lilia's with them. Allow me to paraphrase. Azul and Sea Urchin were with Seagull, if they aren't in there now. They must have split off somewhere else. We know Cater's group was headed for the Botanical Garden, right? Did they get nabbed along with Kaleem? I didn't see Cater among the students who got captured. My information from Deuce is fairly old by now. If they haven't been captured, then we should assume he's already left. Oh, he has. He's already fled by the time I got into the garden. Lilia! Ah, is that right? In that case, wait, what? Lilia, how did you get behind us? What is the meaning of this? I didn't hear a single footstep. He floats. He's a vampire. Whoa. You dodged it, and here I thought I'd done a good job of getting in beneath your notice. What's with the oversized spork-looking thing you got there, Sea Snake? A hunting tool made for grabbing absurdly tall guys like you. Ha! Did you think I'd gone so senile that I wouldn't pick up on your presence, Silver? You were just using me as bait. Ah, Riddle, behind you! Huh? Whoa! Whoops, I didn't quite get the grab. You weaved away from Trey's arms and rode the wind like a cascade of crimson petals. How charming you are! Some French. Trey, Rook, blast, we're surrounded. Floyd and I will secure an escape route. The rest of you, follow our lead and don't fall behind. You're not getting away. Oh wow, that Ruggy is almost level 90. Yes, that means they've gotten Ruggy like 3 times. Or they've been getting all of those perfumes. They've been getting all the perfumes and using them to level those to level him, but those are expensive. I like how everyone is surprised and Floyd is just like, ooh, fun, yeah, Floyd is ready. Okay, so who's gonna hit the hardest? We've got twice as many hit points as them, so it's not like this is gonna matter all that much. And they'll probably... Yeah, fire is a good, wanna see senile Lilia? Yeah, see? He uses light light cosmic magic. Rook uses light-colored cosmic magic. Kalim's the only other character I've seen do that. Okay, so who do we want to use? What do we want to use next? We'll use our heal tank. And the other Jack. Heal tank, heal tank, heal tank, heal tank. Oh, look at that! All of our hit points are back up again. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. I'm sorry, Trey, but you're dead. Do as much damage as you can. Yes! Oh, it's so satisfying. The Jack Team meta! Oh, please, 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 continue just fine, continue just fine. Internet stop being dumb. It's interesting, Kalim, Silver, and Rook use light-colored cosmic magic. I thought so! I thought that Silver might use light cosmic magic as well, but I haven't been able to see. I don't have any of his cards that have cosmic magic, so I haven't been able to check. As planned. Lezlie, oh no! Anyway. Riddle. Lezlie, I have terrible news. Grim is in the hospital. Oh no, anyway. Oh no, whatever are we gonna do without that annoying cat? Liv. We'll go to the Savannah Claw dorm and swim in the pool. The way is clear. Retreat! I'm out of breath. One of them has fallen behind. Surround him. Ugh. Bye-bye, Riddle. Riddle's surrounded. We have to turn back and save him. We're better off getting our distance and regrouping while he keeps the monsters busy. Let him go. But I'm afraid it's our only viable option right now. Onward. Concern it! And now we split up as planned. Rook, Trey, you're in charge of capturing Riddle. Got it. With me, now Jamil. Yes, sir. Time to get captured, Riddle. Nothing personal. I'm out of beans, too. This is it for me. Be dramatic. Riddle, eliminated. I don't either, but I've seen somebody else have him. I only have R cards for Silver. I have the R cards and the one, and the Culinary Crucible card. Cater was right all along. It's the ones who act harmless that you truly have to watch out for. I knew that, yet here I am, captured by you all the same. I didn't do anything special, you know. I just happened to be the guy who landed the decisive blow, if you will, when you were on the ropes. I'd chalk it up more to the rest of my group being as good as they are. I must disagree! Your swift movements were beautifully spry. Aren't you both in an arts club? I'm in a sports club, and you both outran me handily. How mortifying. I'll reflect on my own athletic shortcomings while I do weight training with Vargas in the gym. Until next time, gentlemen. I would think it faster to go back the way you came and circle around the Hall of Mirrors to get to the gym from here. Why would you take the far more roundabout road of circling around the main school building? Queen of Hearts Rule 412. When you see a pair of moving glasses in the forest, never go back the way you came. Trey is wearing glasses, and considering the trees growing around the botanical garden, it can technically be considered a forest. I wouldn't want to run the slightest risk of committing an infraction. I'll see you later. A little on the obsessive-compulsive side. What fascinating rules the Queen of Hearts has. How mysterious, I assume. That's one word for it. It's hard to tell whether any of them serve any actual purpose. In other words, Silver, Kalim, and Rook are the token good party members. Rook is questionable, but one thing about Rook is he never lies. He's always honest. Considering he's based on the huntsman in Snow White,